It's happened.
Okay, we're live.
We're live. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
I hit the button. Nothing blew up. Smoke didn't erupt from everything. Life is good.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not actually in the driver's seat, so it's weird being here. But welcome everybody. The Velkin Weave has taken a week or two off here to do some behind-the-scenes stuff, but that means you're stuck with us. Unfortunately, if you're turning in for Dungeons and Dragons, that's not what we're doing tonight. We are instead doing my personal game, Dungeon Crawl Classics, my personal favorite game. Sorry. Which is like Dungeons and Dragons if it was 45 years ago. So it's a very, anybody out there who's never played before, it is a very lethal game. Characters die, it's very unforgiving. Just a real quick rundown, does anybody out there have more than 5 hit points?
Nope.
No. So yeah, it's going to be good. You've turned into, but to compensate that, they all are controlling 4 different peasants. Basically, Dungeon Crawl Classics has a level 0 mechanic, where everybody rolls up 4 level 0 characters and then pushes them through what we call a funnel. It's basically a meat grinder. And then whatever comes out on the other side gets the great privilege of becoming a level 1 hero. So we'll hopefully we'll have a couple of them survive at the end of the night, and we'll see what they're doing. But real fast, we have we'll just go down the order that I'm looking at, you guys. We have Reed up above us. He's playing his own plethora of people there. Then we have Prim. I believe she's on the top of the screen, but she's below me in just the alphabetical order there. And then finally, we have Richard.
Hello.
So you should have seen them in some of the stuff around on other Games Tavern programming. But tonight they're here to play Dungeon Crawl Classics. So without much further ado, unless there's any questions from you guys, we can go ahead and dive right in. So the module that we're playing is in fact a module. It's the level 0 funnel. Creep, Scrag, Creep. It's part of the Dungeon Crawl Classics horror. Ooh. But we don't know that yet. So the exposition that I fed them all is basically that they are all from a relatively isolated and poor island in this wonderful fantasy world. It's the island of Alviz. Periodically, every month or so, a ship, the Star of Nostro, comes, promises great wealth for if labor, basically. Join up, come aboard, come with us. We'll take you to the copper mines. You can send remittances home. Everybody will be great. Periodically, people do come back telling great stories of, hey, I'm so much wealthier now that I'm not a dirt farming peasant on this tiny, terrible island. And the captain, Captain Christine de Caradel, will end up taking a lottery of the peasants, put them on the ship, and bring them across to the mainland to have a new life and have a great time. And it has to be done by a lottery because there is so much demand to get off of Alviz. It is not a place you want to spend any time. So luckily, our 12 adventurers, run by these 3 intrepid players, are all on the 25 or so people that got selected. So they have finished their turn. They had a big send-off, as big a send-off as you're going to get on Alviz, where everybody said, threw them a big party, patted them on the back, said, don't forget us when you're rich, and waved as they were boarding the gangplank onto the Star of Nostro. At the same time, some sick crew members, never happened before, got pulled off of the ship and were happily, one of the midwives in the small island. It's like, yeah, we can take care of them. The captain, de Caradel, was so very generous with giving her a little bit of gold and some rations. And the midwife was like, yeah, we'll take care of them, keep them alive until you show back up in a month or so. So our adventurers, as they get on board, they handed over all their stuff to put it into storage, and they got ready to go on the adventure and go tour the ship. That'll be their home for the next few days while they go to the mainland. That's the last thing they remember.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just immediately go right into. You all sort of wake up groggy, not having a good day. Very clearly, you got sort of a bad taste in your mouth, like a hangover almost. You can definitely hear the sounds of waves and the smell of the salty air coming in through the various hatches and portholes and, frankly, the boards. But you have a killer headache, a super stiff back, and when you open up your eyes and start trying to move around a little bit, you realize you have been chained up. Congratulations, the Star of Nostro was not what it seemed. You are all, and I passed around a map out there, you are all chained up, 4 to a pole. Conveniently, all of you are teamed up with your party, so that makes that convenient. 4 of you to a single pole, all sort of bound up to there. They're loose, rusted chains. It's not a good time. Easily the biggest thing that you can recognize, though, is there's a terrible pungent smell in it. It smells like rot. If you've ever had been walking through the woods and you smell roll over a log and it's all rotty underneath, imagine that. But there's also dead meat involved and just general dung. Really, the place down here smells terrible. As your eyes adjust, you can start seeing around, and you are not alone. There's all 25 or so people appear to be chained up on 6, 7 different poles. And some of them aren't moving. Some of them are moving. Unfortunately, most of them, probably another 10 or so of them, the other ones are dead. Very clearly dead. because, well, you can see they look like small black dragons, about the size of a house cat or so. Very delightfully well, not delightfully, but they're delighted in doing so. Very vigorously digging into somebody a couple poles away, and they're not moving, so they're probably not complaining too much about it. Beyond that, you can't really see a whole lot. What are you gonna do? What's going on here, guys?
So, I think that probably one of my characters, Lissy, a squire,
Okay.
is probably gonna sort of feel along the chains quietly to see if she can find a weak point, since apparently these are very poorly made chains.
Oh, absolutely. These are very rusted chains. Well,
So
being
is
a
there
squire.
what?
Oh, being a squire, you're not a smith, but you are familiar with various types of metallurgy. Yeah, these are not well made. If you apply enough force to a couple points, it looks like there's some pretty bad links, and maybe even if you can figure out a way to jimmy up the hinges, you can definitely get at it. It's doable.
Okay. Is there anything around that we can kind of use as a tool?
Not that you can see. No, everything is sort of scattered about. But go ahead and give me an intelligence check out there. This is going to, for anybody out there who's played D&D, this is basically a perception check. Is kind of what we're going for.
Sure. Is this a D10 that I'm using or a D20?
This is going to be a D20, and you add your intelligence modifier.
Okay. I got a 6. Never mind.
6. Yeah, it's really dark, and the smell is kind of making your eyes water. You're not really getting anything out there. Richard, what are your parties up to?
I'm gonna want to be looking at the chains as well. I've got a dwarven miner and a dwarven stonemason, so they at least are familiar with metal tools. So they're going to be looking. I don't think also have a soldier in the group who's looking at what's going on with being locked up.
Yeah, among all of them, they can definitely realize these are not well-maintained chains. These aren't well-maintained metal at all. So they also very quickly come to the conclusion that they can figure out a way to get out of these. It's not impossible. Reed, what's happening over at your 4 guys?
So my mighty astrologer with a strength of 14 will attempt to take his... I'm assuming he still has the stuff on his list on his body?
Oh, no, you handed that all over for storage before you went on the tour.
Oh, great.
Like even his dagger, his spyglass, his water skin,
my rice farm doesn't have his duck.
His starting funds.
He doesn't have Gertrude the duck. Oh no!
Oh, you put Gertrude in the aft castle, the forecastle.
Oh no!
Poor Gertrude. Well, he's going to attempt to just unshackle himself and tear him off, and then he'll immediately, if he's successful, go to help the Rin, the con artist, as well as Rip, the halfling mariner, and Rack, the squire, attempt to rip the chains off them.
Okay, easy enough. Go ahead and make a strength check there, where
That's
you roll
D20?
a D20 and add your strength modifier. Yes, sir.
Well, that would be a 17.
A 17. Yeah, you're as you're fumbling, you manage to just bust them open, and you now have what part of the chain were you working on? Were you just
He was just
trying to send it?
just breaking them, rusty as
Okay,
can be.
so-
Yeah.
Now your astrologer is walking around looking like Hercules with the shackles still on and chains down.
They make great whips with chains.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna need you to make an agility check to see if you can do that quietly.
Ooh, that's not a good number for this guy. That would be a 7.
7.
Yeah, I'm a -2 on that.
Okay. Well, the small little black dragon monster things didn't seem to notice you. They're happy because they've got a mouthful of someone else. So
I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes pulling everybody else up off of it.
okay. Hey, that's easy enough. Do you send someone else to help out the people who are still shackled and the other ones? As far as you can tell, you 3 poles are the only ones who are actually awake.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else, if they're still alive, is still knocked out by whatever knocked you guys out.
Well, first thing I want to do is remove the other people that are on my pole, like the squire, the mariner, and the con artist. So, them
Once you
first.
have one person free, it's easy enough to team up and get them.
Okay, so we shred this. Then, yeah, and then I would help the other people in the party that are actually in this game right now with me first.
Yeah, the ones who are awake.
Yeah, yeah. So I help them if they need it. Do I roll again to see if I woke the dragon cats up?
Yeah, everybody now feel free to give me an agility check on this. Actually, no, now it's luck. Give me a luck roll.
Ooh.
Good, that's better.
Oh, that's really
Add
good.
or subtract your luck modifier. Choose the best one in your party of 4.
I got a 10.
A 10, okay.
I got a 19.
19.
A mighty 20.
All right,
Lucky dwarf.
You guys are doing really well right now, actually. I am shocked. Frankly, I am shocked. Congratulations. The Nostro's got nothing on you.
We're going to die.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
So-
100%.
Now that your eyes have adjusted, what you can see is a little bit further away. So if the dragon monsters are crawling over someone on the port side or the left side of the ship, for us, land lovers, there's about center on the deck on the starboard side. You see what looks like a large coffin-sized box that appears to have a couple guys slumped over it. Otherwise, you also see towards the rear, there is it is on the port side though, there's a ladder, so you're going to have to go past, and it's a ladder going up, so you're going to have to go past these tiny black monsters if you want to get out of here. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot here besides the dead and the sleeping.
Can we wake up the people that are still asleep and not being eaten?
You can try, yeah.
I would like to do that.
Okay, how are you going to try and wake one of these guys up? Or ladies?
Basically go to the one that's furthest away from the dragon monsters.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And kind of take their shoulders and kind of shake them gently.
Okay. Let's see. No, you're giving them a shake, but they're whatever you guys got pulled out of is still affecting back there. And I'm going to need you to actually make a stamina check as you get further into the bowels of the ship, because you guys are sort of centered near the box. So these people you would have had to go towards the front of the ship, sort of closer towards the bow.
Okay.
And as you get there, sure.
I got a 15.
A 15. Okay, you're good. But you start going a little woozy with the danker air back there. Whatever it is that was keeping you guys asleep has not dissipated from this area.
Okay. Are there any weapons in the room? Anything we can improvise?
Yeah, I want to be looking for something to use as weapons.
There might be on those guys, but otherwise you're not seeing anything. Anybody who's a prisoner has already had their stuff turned over.
Okay, well, I want to check out the guy slumped over the coffin.
Excellent. So as you approach those, the two, we're going to go with gentlemen. There's two of them their faces are actually covered with a weird, almost like a giant bird-like mask. It's made of like a leather or a thick cloth, and it's covered with almost a pitch. So it's black and sort of gummy to touch. And they're slumped over this coffin-sized box on the middle of the sort of the starboard middle, and their hands are absolutely gripped on the lid of the box. And each of them, of the two of them, has a short sword and a dagger. So there's 2 short swords and 2 daggers to go around with the 12 of you.
Okay, so I will grab a short sword and hand the 2 daggers and other short sword to the other group, 2 groups.
Okay. Who's having the sword?
That for me, that will be Brack the soldier.
Brack the soldier. Good call.
I
Which
like
other
one of
party?
the swords.
Okay.
Because I have a squire that can use it quite well.
Ooh, perfect. And then Reed's going with 2 daggers on a dude.
Yeah, I'll put a dagger on my my halfling mariner, and I'll put a dagger on my astrologer with his lovely +4 strength of beastliness.
Okay. So as you guys are fumbling around on those and trying to, loot the crew members. Where's my D20? Oh, that's here. Nope, that's not it either. Appear to not have a D20 in this set. I have a D24. Ah, here we go. Okay, yeah, the small black monsters are still not noticing you guys. They are.
How many are there?
Actually-
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You can see at any given time 2. But they're moving around pretty quickly on this dude, or pile of dudes, so there could be as many as 5.
And we have to go past them in order to go up.
To get out of this room, you're gonna have to get closer to these guys because the ladder is about 10 feet away from them. And yeah, there's no really no way past them or to the ladder that's going to get past them, completely blocking line of sight.
Is there any way we could create a diversion, maybe? I mean, we have no equipment on us either, so we're kind of screwed. So, thoughts? Anyone?
I think we may just try to sneak by them and fight if they attack us.
Or also, like, if there's like a rock or a pebble or something we can throw that has like a decent heft to it in a different direction to get them chase it.
Huh.
Oh, wait,
Do we have any loose hunks of chain?
Wait, what are these masks on their faces looking like? On those guys' faces? You already told us what they look like, but could we pull them off and maybe wear them? Because they're wearing them for a reason.
If you want to pull off a dead dude face mask, go ahead.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, and the bodies have definitely been mauled a little bit.
Yeah, I want to take off the face mask.
Okay. So the mask that you now have is, it's a beaky mask. Sort of covers your lower face, and you can see through sort of ports in glass little eyes, effectively.
Like a disease mask from the ancient days.
Like a plague mask.
Like a plague mask.
That's probably it's probably the hints that I'm dropping here.
Yeah.
However, when you put it near your face, it actually smells like coffee. Like whatever the beak is been stuffed with coffee bean.
Keeps the scent of something at bay. Okay. Is there any lanterns or anything on these posts?
There is not, no. However, the dudes have boots on. If you want to take one of their boots and throw it, you might be able to make that happen.
That's a good idea.
And I guess the one other thing, you said the 2 guys were slumped over what looked like a coffin. Does it look like a coffin somebody used to be in? Or
It's
just a
not
box?
A coffin
box.
size box. So it's about
good.
6.5 long and probably 3 feet square for width and depth.
Does it look like they died trying to keep it closed, or it looks like they died trying to get it open?
You can't tell. They are on the backs, so the hinges are at their guts, so they're slumped over the hinge side.
Mm-hmm.
And their hands are clawed on the, just built into the side that actually opens up.
What do you guys want to do here? We're cracking this thing open. Is that the box that has all of our stuff in it?
I think
Might be.
box that all of our stuff is in it. Maybe no. I mean, honestly, we're probably at the...
Can we pop this thing open quietly?
You might be able to. There's a very real chance that could happen.
We should probably give it a shot.
We should try it.
I think we should get out of this room and then try to find a way off this boat.
Well, if the boat's in the middle of is the boat like going up and down? Like, can we sense that?
There's definitely some rocking of the ocean. But if your mariner absolutely notices that it doesn't feel like you guys are underway. You might be anchored, or just the sails are furled or unfurled. The sails aren't catching wind at the moment.
Okay, so no rocking of the ocean is the big key thing.
Stopped. So whether or not that's a good thing, a bad thing, you guys found you're docked up with another ship. Who knows? It's hard to tell in the dark when you're below decks.
Once we get the face masks off those guys, do they look like crew that we recognize from before?
They are definitely crew members of the Star of Nostro. They're nobody that you've really interacted with. You've seen them a couple times when they come into town, they walked around. The crew's not huge. There's about 30 people on there. And life is very boring on your tiny island. So you definitely know every single person that's come on. But you don't have a relationship with people.
Okay. I'm all about you guys at this point. You want to open this board or not? Because I think it's probably our best bet is to open this thing.
All right, as long as we get out of here as soon as we do. Like I just want out.
And be poised to run for it if something bad happens when we open it. Like, let's kind of gather on the way outside of the box when somebody opens it.
Yeah, definitely keen on that idea as well.
So one of my party, a cobbler named Cobb, volunteers to open the box, given that she probably has the best insight on how to do that quietly.
Probably. Before we go with this, what professions do we have out?
Oh, well, that's an easy one. I'm a con artist, a halfling mariner, because apparently being a mariner is also being a halfling, squire, and astrologer.
Okay, Prim?
I have a cobbler, a halfling haberdasher, a squire, and an orphan.
All right. And Rich?
Got a rice farmer, a dwarven miner, a dwarven stonemason, and a soldier.
Okay, cool. Carry on.
All right. So get to roll d20 for this as well.
Yeah. Explain what you're trying to do here. What is your goal, and how are you going about doing it? DCC allows for a lot of flexibility. You just have to sort of explain what's going on there.
Sure. So I'm assuming this is nailed shut, or is it just kind of like a heavy lid?
It's just hinged closed.
Okay. In that case, how are the hinges rusted, or are they kind of like newish? Like what condition are the hinges in?
The hinges they're not in fantastic condition. Absolutely not. Like, these are well maintained hinges, but they will probably serve the purpose.
Sure.
They're currently have a little bit of blood on them because those guys are draped over the box.
Sure. I'm gonna take a page out of the book from what is it, To Kill a Mockingbird, and like spit on the hinges to kind of like grease them so that they won't squeak quite as much. You've seen that movie or read the book.
We apparently read two completely different books there. I don't remember that at all.
They're sneaking into the Radley house, and they're concerned that the back gate's gonna squeak, so they lean over and like spit. It's a totally silly scene, but it works.
I remember that.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. It's gonna look stupid, but maybe it'll help.
Sure,
and at this point, I don't want to get eaten by those little dragon monsters, so we're gonna try everything no matter how stupid.
And we'll call you Scout from now on.
Okay, so you spit on the hinges. Any other preparation you want to do on this box?
No. Unless you guys can think of something.
So you spit on the hinges, got the dead guys on it. Hanging
the body's got to be
they want to get the dead guys off of it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Otherwise,
the
scary cat
I had
things
to do it one more time just so it seemed fair, because if you guys open it up, it's like, all right, well, giant chunk as they fall off.
Perhaps it'll be easier to lift with the dead guys off the lid. Yes.
I honestly thought they already were because of Reed covering the masks. That's all. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
No, they're rigged. They're rigor mortis. So I just pulled them off as they came in. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, so remove the bodies, then lift the lid.
All right.
Okay. So real fast, as you're moving the bodies, they're not as badly mangled as you would expect someone that has that terrified look, and obviously I'm holding on to something. It's basically just a giant gash across their back or stomach, and looks like something has been removed. None of you are doctors, though, so you can't what. But there's something went in with a purpose, got what it wanted, and left.
Could it be, hypothetically, that something was inside of them and then burst out?
Like some kind of chest burster of some kind? I'm not sure I understand the.
Well, it'd be like a back burster, because you said that exit moves to the back. So a back burster. Is it a back burster?
No, this is definitely a cut or a slash of some kind.
Okay.
The squire definitely knows damage when he sees it of that kind, or she says.
Not the elusive kidney burster, then. Okay.
All right, so go ahead and give me a luck roll and try to get under your luck.
Okay, under my luck.
Come on, you can do it.
I got an 8, which is definitely oh wait, this is I gotta roll under my luck. Which dice am I using for this?
D20.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I got an 8, which is under 15.
You have a luck of 15?
Yep.
What the hell? Yeah, no.
That's not even my
okay.
luckiest character. My luckiest character is the Haberdasher.
Holy cow.
Wow. I hope you're one of
I
those
want
lives.
to get her hats. I want her hats.
I decided. Well, first of all, she won the lottery, so that's lucky. I've also decided that she has like a gambling habit, but she gets away with it because she's lucky.
Yeah, no, that's
Makes
amazing.
sense.
For anybody out there in the real world, the way that stats are generated is 3d6, no modifiers, in order. So getting 15 on a stat that matters, holy cow, that's really more. 2 thumbs up. Yeah, so you open up it opens up, very quiet, slams down and slams onto the dead bodies. You muffle it quietly. Wonderful time. Unfortunately, it is full of a couple of things, none of which smell good. Manure and a really sort of funky purple toadstool mushroom thing with green spots on it that immediately makes everybody around there start to feel woozy.
I shut the lid as quickly as possible.
Before that happens, though, Rich, your 2 dwarves also smell gold in that box. Dwarves can smell gold in this game also, so that's...
Of course they do.
There's gold in there.
Cobb's gonna still
Under the
let me
poop.
Get this straight. These are the mushrooms they probably used to knock us out, and there's gold underneath it. That's why they were wearing the masks.
Does the mask help?
Does the
Yes.
mask help?
Absolutely, the mask helps. You feel fine. It smells like a sort of a rotting espresso because it's all filtered through the beans. But you still get that nice, caffeine kick.
So theoretically, we could dump this thing out, and it would knock out everybody in here, including possibly the little dog dragons or cat dragons. Theoretically.
and
Possibly. Is it still
Us.
open? Have you closed it yet?
Yeah, she closed
I
it.
closed it like
Okay,
immediately.
it has been closed.
She said she closed it.
Gotcha.
Right away.
I don't smell a thing. What are you guys complaining about? What's the problem?
Are you actually yelling?
No, hell no. Are you crazy? There's cat dragons that are eating people. No way. What are we doing, guys?
Time is passing.
Let's get it out. Like I already said.
All right,
we should-
we're gonna try to sneak out. We're gonna take two boots off of one of the dead guys, and from there we're going to sneak around some of the posts where some of the people are, and we're gonna throw the boot over at the coffin thing where
All
the
right, who's
bodies
doing
are.
the throw?
I'll throw it. You want me to throw it, or
Okay.
who somebody else want to throw
Who's
it?
got the best agility?
Yeah, this is going to be an agility check where you roll a d20 and add your agility modifier. Because this is you got to make it through this forest of columns and not bounce it off and land it right next to you guys. I will also accept a luck roll, try to get under your luck if you want to try it that way instead.
I get under my luck on a d20.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, who's doing it?
My con artist.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20 and my luck is 16.
That's unfortunate. So you
The time to roll the 20.
You've chosen poorly.
So you will wind up and you throw it, and it unfortunately your con artist there is not an athlete, and it hits the nearest pole and slams to a well with a pretty sickening thunk right in front of you, and you hear just some noises of. It sounds like there's a lot of them actually. They've stopped and they start hearing scurrying on the ground. Like
Run.
My halfling mariner
Run.
throws the other one at the coffin as hard as, or the box that looks like a coffin, and I'll roll agility on that. What do I got to do?
you got to roll a d20, add your agility modifier.
15.
15. Okay. Yeah, it makes it over there and hits the side of the wall. Everybody else, though, I'm going to need you. Actually, not everybody else. Everybody needs to roll initiative. Yeah. And this is going to be everybody you roll for your 4.
Okay.
We're doing the rolls individually or together?
So you have your party of 4. You're going to choose your best initiative and roll using that modifier.
Okay.
Yeah, while we're playing with, for the most part, while we're playing in the funnels, everything's going to be done as a party unless you specify this person's doing something specific.
Okay, I got a 12.
12, all right.
13.
We got a 12.
13. Rich?
4.
4. Oh, no. Okay. So first up, unfortunately, I got a 14. So the 2 of the little black dragon monster things are going to jump out and try to bite. Oh, let's go with. We're going to try and bite one of Reed's people. Whoever's just actually the
guy with the fantastic luck.
Yeah.
Good, because Brack is too pretty to die. I've decided he kind of looks like Zap Brannigan.
All right. Does a 9 hit?
Is it got to be above my AC or at my AC?
Has to meet or beat your AC.
A 9 hits.
Ooh, okay.
He's dead.
He might not be. He might not be.
HP of 1. He's dead.
Yeah, it just takes his leg off and he bleeds out screaming. It's not a great time. The other one, though, that was going to attack him just dives in and starts burrowing in and trying to eat his innards. He's not dead yet, but there's no saving him. Reed, what's the rest of your party going to do?
Move away from the dead, bleeding, screaming body.
So beat your try to get to the ladder as fast as you can.
Hells yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have Prim.
Can we make it to the ladder?
Yeah, if you move as fast as you can get to the base of the ladder.
Okay, I'll make it to the base of the ladder, and basically, Lissy the Squire is going to kind of be at the tailing end of that and kind of guard the rear with her sword.
Yeah, prepare to do a fighting retreat kind of thing. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's just like anything comes at him, stab.
All right. Rich, unfortunately, it's not your turn yet. We have another.
Critters.
Yeah, there's more of them.
One better than a 4.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let's just see. Okay. One of them is going to join in on a feeding frenzy, but another one is going to reach out and dive at the Dwarven stonemason. Oh. Okay. Well, I have just done my favorite thing ever and rolled a critical fumble.
Yay!
I like that. Yeah.
It's great, right? All right. 1 second. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so it would be disarmed and has a -2 attack penalty. Unfortunately, it doesn't have weapons to be disarmed, so it embeds itself in the. It bites one of the poles and is spitting splinters. So it's going to have a problem attacking you in the future. Rich, what's happening?
Run for the ladder out.
Run for the ladder. So everybody's now piled up at the base of the ladder.
Oh, no.
That,
We're going to lead in an orderly manner up the ladder so that all of us can move quickly and efficiently, like a fire drill.
yeah.
No, not really. We're all scrambling up the ladder.
Yeah, but you got to the ladder. Unfortunately, the monsters go first. Still. Okay, so the 2 that are faster than you are going to continue eating the con artist. Reed, up the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay, you go up the ladder.
Oh,
Prim,
yeah.
up the ladder.
Up the ladder. Super
Ladder.
duper up the ladder.
Do you want to leave the squire behind to help fight, or is it every small party for itself?
Super duper up the ladder.
Ladder it goes.
I approve of that decision, even though I'm going to get eaten.
Okay.
Nothing personal, but everyone in your party is expendable.
Yeah.
I mean, same with yours.
Except
Everyone in my
Bob,
party is
the
expendable too,
dwarf. I
we're all
misspoke. He is actually too pretty to die. Got a personality of 17. I want him to live.
Fair enough.
Just,
Okay. So, Rich, as you guys get to the ladder, the the kind of the little dragon thing that's spitting all of the splinters. Holy cow! A 2 misses, I'm assuming, on the dwarf stonemason, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I'm gonna get a new dice set because that's ridiculous.
No, I like that dice set.
Yep. We're big fans of it.
And we really like that dice set.
Yeah, and the other one in its initiative is also feasting on the dead guy. So up the ladder.
Up the ladder for sure.
Winning.
All right. Well, congratulations. You all now stand on the main deck of the ship.
What could possibly go wrong?
Very little, actually.
What are we seeing?
Well, you look around, and it is very clearly you are on the Nostro, Star of the Nostro.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the middle of the ocean. It's as far as you can see in all directions is water. Horizon is an unsplit circle of blue. The sails are loose, so they're not really catching any wind. So the ship itself is kind of just moving along with the current, and it's sort of bobbing along. High up on the main mast, you see that there is a crow's nest. Also on this ship, on the deck, there is the bilge pump. It's very obviously that is what that is. It's the bilge pump, and that's fixed to the port side. There's also a livestock pen on this deck. Chickens, pigs, ducks, goats are wandering around. It's a pretty sizable area. And then as you roam, that some of them have like sort of a gooey, mucusy slime on them. There are 3 sailors that have swords still on them, but they're lying dead on the deck.
Are the swords in their hands or on their bodies?
In their hands. They died fighting. But then you also see there are 4 doors leading into cabins, and separate ladders leading down where you just came from. Another one leading down probably through the deck you were on. You did see there was sort of an enclosed column area. You can see that on the map. And then there's also stairs going up into the forecastle and the aft castle. And there is rigging that you can climb up to get up into the crow's nest, and even on the sail if you really want to.
Are there any lifeboats?
There are not. No.
So whoever was left got off on this ship on the lifeboats.
The mariner knows that not every ship carries life. It's not a very common occurrence in this. Titanic hasn't gone down here.
And we voluntarily got on this ship. Man, we were dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Titanic actually did have life, but just not enough. Like, is there like a skiff? Like, even in this era, it's normally for ships to carry a small boat for going ashore and that sort of thing.
There's no secondary boatage here. There is rigging.
One quick question: is there any way for us to close the way down to the L1 hatch full of evil dragon critters that want to eat us?
Yeah, there is a hatch on hinged next to the ladder that you guys just came out of.
Did this thing have like
That's my priority.
Did it have gun
Closing
ports on?
that sucker.
Did it have gun ports on the side?
It did not. No.
Did it have any ports on the side?
Some portholes to be able to see.
But can they open?
Probably not. No.
Oh. So our theory is we could lock down the hatches and starve to death as we attempt to sail in whatever direction we think we might be able to get to. Do we have a compass up here? Astrolabe? Anything?
You're a mariner. There's stars. Use the stars to point us in the. There's a North Star.
You have both a mariner and an astrologer. You should be a good.
No, the astrologer is no, the astrologer's alive. Yeah. Well, we can theoretically, but you have to actually have the tools in order to navigate accurately. I can go in a certain direction without those tools, but I can tell you which way is north, south, east, and west, but I can't accurately sail us to a place.
Do we know what direction the Nostro would sail off from our pitiful, poor island that we are now missing?
Yes. From your island, it would have been east to the mainland.
Do we even want to bring this thing anywhere near that island?
Well, it's probably much easier to hit the mainland than the island.
In Alviz, yeah.
Yeah, like
continuing east is probably, if we get the options, probably a good idea.
Is the captain's quarters in the stern castle or the forecastle?
You can't tell. You have never been on the Nostro before.
Okay. Shall we check the aft castle?
Well, we've sealed the below decks.
Yes,
okay.
you have closed it, and there's a small latch that you clicked.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Okay. Yeah, let's actually we're gonna grab the swords off of the remaining sailors. How many swords are left? Or we can grab?
3.
3.
3, and they each have a dagger. So there's 3 dead sailors, each with they're just Peter Pan pirate sailors. Striped shirts, stupid hats.
Gotta have those stupid hats.
So it gets a sword and a dagger for each of our parties.
Well, my halfling already had one, and so
That'll be a total of 4 swords and 2 daggers. So
Yeah.
everyone should have a sword for their lead fighter, and then a spare dagger for a couple of folks.
Yeah. I just get a dagger for my halfling mariner and a dagger for my astrologer.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
like
again,
Who
this one
did
of the
you guys
swords.
take the short swords to? Who'd you give the short swords to?
Well,
my squire.
Brack the soldier has one of the short swords, and then he gave the other
To the
short sword
squire.
and the 2 daggers to the rest.
The squire should definitely have a sword, right?
Yeah, so she has a sword. So there's 3 swords and 3 daggers on the body. So each party gets a dagger and a sword to dole out as they
Okay.
like.
Cool.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that the guys on deck also had a dagger as
So,
well.
so I'll
Yeah,
give
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
Okay, I missed that. That's how I got the math.
an
wrong.
additional sword and dagger to my squire then.
Yes.
Cool.
There you go. All right, so you guys are on the main castle or on the main deck.
The sea is so peaceful up here, though, isn't it? It's a shame there's probably just vicious hellspawn below.
Could be.
Well, I'm worried that they're not only below, but yeah, something got these guys on deck.
True.
And the 2
Um,
guys at the bottom.
Can we just...
Well, if we can kill everything above decks, and they take control of the ship, we can sail to something resembling safety.
Yeah, but
Easy.
I have a feeling we don't want whatever's on this ship to get anywhere near anything else that they could do. Because if they killed everybody on this ship and they're all a bunch of dragon kitties, we certainly don't want those things to come after us or anyone else we go to.
Oh no! So when we get to inside of land, we get it to the point where the ship's not going to run aground, and then we leave the ship and swim to shore, find help, and have them set fire to the ship while it's still off the coast.
How do we know these things can't swim?
If they can swim, we're already screwed, aren't we? So let's go on the assumption that we're not totally screwed.
All right.
I like the assume not screwed plan.
Yeah, that's
So do you want me to
very,
set the sails first, or do you want me to explore the aft castle first?
Let's clear everything above decks to
Okay.
make sure there's no beasties running around here that are like gonna sneak up behind us and try to eat our brains.
All right. So my team will take the top of the aft castle.
All right, top of the aft castle.
Yeah. Because the
Anybody else wanna
mariner,
attack
the
that?
mariner halfling can work the rudder and everything from there too.
I think I like the idea of hanging together, so I'll follow the Mariner Halfling and the rest of that crew up to the aft castle.
Prim, is your party going to follow?
I think that before we go to, yeah, okay, so let's all move together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's just do a full sweep of the entire above decks, and then we can go about the rest of our very good plan.
Yeah, I think that's this could work. I see absolutely no problems at all with it. Where
I hate it when he says that.
Yeah, this is a great idea. I don't know why you guys are sniggering. This is a great
I
plan.
think it'll work. It'll go really, really well. Apparently, I don't have the aft castle.
Ha! He doesn't have it. That means it's safe.
Oh no, I know it's not. I'm just gonna use the visual. The aft castle is. I see. I was looking at the wrong. There we go. They're calling it the poop deck. Okay. So you guys climb up that staircase on the port side there, and you get up onto the poop deck, which offers a haunting view of the ship enveloped by the darkening skies. If you look over over the back, you can actually see a shark fin, which is breaching the water in the wake of the boat before submerging. Unfortunately, the one piece of salvation you were really hoping for up here on the poop deck is the steering wheel, right? That's what you were hoping to be able to use.
Yeah, the rudder wheel.
Yeah, those are handy.
Yeah, the term that it says right here is it has been splintered to pieces. So now, in addition to all
That's
the
not
other problems you guys are facing, You don't know how to steer the ship. Near the splintered ruins of the ship's wheel is also a small locker, though. So, hey, you guys get some gold out of this.
Well, don't these ships usually have a... My halfling mariner would know. Is there a... Some of the times these ships have secondary wheels lower below decks during storms.
Sometimes they do. It's not a real big occurrence on this. If they did, it would have been on the same level you guys got off of normally, just the first level down. So that one appears to have been handling human cargo instead.
Is there any way to repair the wheel?
Yeah, do you guys got a Wainwright with you?
We don't need a good repair. We just need a jury brick in order to actually move the mechanism.
Move the rudder? Yeah. You might be able to repair that if you got a carpenter or a Wainwright or somebody who knows what they're doing. Otherwise, I personally wouldn't be able to repair a wheel to functional. It's not a skill I have.
The cobbler may have some relevant experience in terms of knowing how things work and working with tools in our hands.
Well, does she have tools?
I think we need to find our gear. Maybe we want to check out that locker. Isn't where they locked up our stuff, was it?
Oh no, the locker's small. It's a small foot.
Oh, I think he said it's the forecastle. That's where they put our stuff when we came on board. I think.
Let's open the box and see what's inside. Maybe it's like a collapsible rowboat.
Or navigational tools, or all sorts of stuff.
Clutch of weird eggs. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You just really had to make the creepier, didn't you?
All right, so you guys are opening up the locker. Do you want to check for traps, or just pop it open?
Yep. Do we know how to check for traps?
You can try to check for traps.
Who wants to do that? Yes, we're going to check for traps.
I'm guessing the Dwarven Miner will do that.
Of course.
Dwarven Miner look for traps? That's the dangerous stuff
good.
in the mine?
Yeah.
Intelligence check, please.
Intelligence check? Oh, that's not so good.
Oh.
That would be a 2 modified to a 1.
It's clear.
No problem, guys. Looks great. Definitely won't cave in on you.
Let's open that bad boy up.
Right, so do you open it up?
Yeah.
All right, so in there is it's neither trapped nor locked, it just swings open. Inside is what the mariner recognizes as a sounding line. Basically a 50-foot end of rope with some knots on it and a lead weight at the end. It's to check depth. And there are some navigational tools, including an astrolabe and a sextant, worth a total of 20 gold pieces. And a spyglass, worth 25 gold pieces. Also in this locker, probably the most interesting thing here, is a ledger containing all the names of the crew and an inventory of things labeled as livestock.
I don't remember any livestock on this boat when we got on it. Do you guys?
Well, there are some livestock, some chickens and pigs and ducks and stuff on the boat downstairs on the main deck. However, the livestock mentioned here is it's you. It's every person from town that's been here, and for every single transit that you can flip through back for the past year or two. Yep, it's every single person that left your city or left your island. Their name is in this book.
Oh, so they're slavers then.
And it looks that way, you know.
Or we were.
Well, let's hope.
Food.
Well, let's hope that whatever killed other people on the ship killed the captain, because it won't be good if she's still alive.
You know what? Here's the thing: is if she's still alive, that's okay. We can kill her then.
No, we're gonna kill her really slowly if she's still alive.
I say we let the kitty dragons kill her.
I'm worried that's too quick for her, though.
Look, my mom always said, if you want something done right, you do it yourself.
You know, I can't argue with that logic. Your mama was a saint.
I think we need to try to find some of our gear if we're going to hope to see if we can fix the wheel, though.
All right, well, we'll leave the navigational tools here because they're worthless if we don't know where they are, but we know they're here. We don't need to carry them around, and the last thing we need to do is get them lost below decks.
Sure. That's very fair. So the other places you guys have not been above decks is you have the forecastle, and there is the crow's nest up in the rigging. everything else above decks you've been to without having to go into and out of rooms.
So let's check the forecastle next.
All right,
Yep,
I like it.
makes sense.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so I'm guessing the same order as you guys went up before.
Sure.
All right. So as you get to the forecastle, you can see again there's a beautiful view of the ocean. And as you're looking over the railing to the starboard side of the ship, who's looking over the railing? Actually, let's go ahead and do it this way.
Larry, the rice farmer.
Perfect, Larry. So Larry's looking over the side of the deck, and he sees something that was on the side, like a big barnacle or whatever, drop down and sort of scuttle beneath the surface, maybe like a weird crab monster thing. It's about the size of a human. It's big, but it's scuttling around just underneath the surface before you lose sight of it. Everybody
What the
else,
hell was that?
yeah. Everybody else sees that there is a dog-like humanoid figure carved into the foremast. That's about 2 feet tall, canine face, stands upright like a halfling. That's a weird way to describe that.
It's your size.
But it has, yeah, it's about halfling size. But it has webbed hands and feet. And besides that, not much. The mariner would recognize that this is a clawbotterman. It's a water kobold carving that is supposed to be its good luck spirit.
At least
There
it's not
is
at least it's not a sea goblin.
Yeah, at least not a sea goblin. All ships apparently have a clawbotterman spirit that protects them, and there are ways to be able to, there are superstitious belief ways to get it to come out and help with, bringing luck to the ship and stuff like that. So this is just sort of that weird kind of fetish totem thing that you would see on a boat. Besides that, there's a couple barrels, some coils of rope, things you would expect, some hooks to be able to pull in from. Pull abreast and stuff.
Like boat hooks?
Boat hooks, yes.
Yeah, boat hooks work great for weapons, guys. Look, boat hook spears. I think we'll grab a couple of those.
There are 4 boat hooks up there.
So 1 for my group and 3 for the other group. Because they have 4 people, I have 1. I have 3.
Okay. And those are going to be counting as spears, which are do 1d8 damage.
Okay.
And that is, that's it.
Okay.
All right. And the barrels?
Barrels have fresh water.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that here. That'll be handy. Probably collects off the sails when it rains.
Yeah, one of them is still open, has that kind of mechanism in it.
Okay. Well, I guess the crow's nest is our final checks. So are we going up these ropes to the crow's nest?
The crow's nest is small. You're not all going to fit up there.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on,
we
so
can
we
all.
didn't find your stuff. So we didn't find your
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm wondering if we have to check the inside spaces under the deck areas that don't go down to the hold where we were, but
Don't you want to check
are
top
off the main
down?
deck. Yeah, we could do that.
Or I could check the crow's nest while you guys go check the rest of this stuff. No,
Living
probably
the
not a
party,
good
what
idea.
could
Not a good
possibly
idea.
go wrong.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Here, tell you what. Why don't you go check the crow's nest, and we'll just wait down here and watch and see if anything goes wrong. So
Okay.
We'll protect the base.
Okay,
So-
I'll do that.
Cat monsters don't come crawling up.
Yeah, please do. Please do that. That'll buy me some time. So we'll send our 3 guys up: the mariner, the astrologer, and the squire.
Okay. All of them give me... the mariner doesn't need to check on this because
He's a mariner.
he's a mariner. But the astrologer and the squire both need to make an agility check here.
Separately or all together?
Separately.
Okay. Astrologer gets a 1. The squire gets a 3. And actually, the 1 is actually a -1.
I love it.
He's got
Okay.
negative numbers.
So we
Yeah.
have to roll underneath their agility, right? That's how that works. You roll under the agility.
I wish. No. This was just add the modifier. Well, the squire is going to fall and land on the deck.
Ow.
and take a single point of damage as he just falls 10 feet.
He falls to his death.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's got 1 hit point. It's a terrible square.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay, we probably need to
And
stop
then
having
there
the
were
group go
two.
in front.
There were 2.
And the astrologer needs to make a luck check for me to not fall in the water.
16?
16? You're good.
Okay. So
But you do still take a point of damage landing on the deck.
so he's down to half. He's got 1 point left.
1 isn't none.
It's true.
Still alive.
The only one you really need is the last one.
Yeah, so my halfling mariner has a dagger in his teeth, and he's going up like he knows what he's doing, because he does, and he checks that crow's nest.
Okay, so he gets to the crow's nest. And within the crow's nest, you can see for miles in every direction. There's wind whipping at you, and the red sky is filling with foreboding clouds. There is definitely a damaged lantern up there. There's no oil or anything, but you might be able to repair it. It's not damaged beyond point of no return there. And then there's also a large albatross that's floating around. What you can see, because halflings have pretty good vision, far off on the southern horizon, and it's a speck, there's definitely a ship out there. It's far, but there's help. Someone else is out there maybe that might be willing to help you out.
I don't yell.
Or it's who
I
sent
slide
the
back
killer
down the
kitty
ropes.
dragons.
I slide back down the ropes, and I let them know there's a ship out there. Far on the horizon. We got to get to it. It's our only hope.
How do we signal them?
Well, we're not going to signal them. We're going to sail to them as quickly as we can while we explore the rest of the ship. So, what I'm recommending is we drop sails, steer around, and get to them as soon as we can get this thing under control.
Well, it's kind of hard without a wheel, isn't it? I'm not a mariner, but
Now,
aren't those
is there
kinda
another?
necessary?
Is there another ship's wheel below decks?
Are you below decks?
As a mariner, would I know if this ship had a storm?
Have you spent
storm
much
wheel?
time on a slave ship?
It's not about a slave ship. It's about a ship, brother. But if they don't have one, no big deal. All right.
There could be. You would have expected to see your spare wheel to guide the ship on the floor or the deck you guys are on.
It's usually
It wasn't there.
okay, yeah.
So this whole ship is already confounding. It doesn't have a spare boat. There's nothing else there. The ship is weird. So you can't have any assumptions about what they will or will not have without you seeing.
Did it look like the ship was heading towards us or away from us?
It looked like it was going along the. If you're going
The
east,
trade
it
route.
was going east.
Okay.
Can we get a better look at it with the spyglass, maybe?
Ah, that's a good point. Go back up with the spyglass and
fetch
get another
it.
look. Yeah.
And maybe
Okay.
only the mariner should climb up since he seems to be much more.
Tell me what your halfling eyes see.
So up there, you go ahead and you see that it is. It's hard to tell, but it has a brilliant white sails, and you can make out some of the flags that they're flying are the colors of the Ibis pirates. You know that these are basically they're people, but they have Ibis heads, not unlike some of the Egyptian gods. They're not unreasonable privates. Some of them are hired out as privateers and patrol trade routes and stuff for coin to keep the area safe. But you don't know what these people are. It's hard to tell from 5-6 miles away.
Slide back down the road. Okay. So now we have 2 problems. If we get spotted by the other ship, it's full of Ibis pirates. Which means that we now have problems on our ship, and potentially if they find us, we could have problems coming onto the ship. So we need to figure out a way to sail this ship either further away or, well, home or further away.
Well, I think we need to check the spaces under the poop deck and the forecastle then, because that may be where some of our gear is, give more options or other things to try to work on the ship.
Aft castle and forecastle it
Yeah.
is. So which first, aft castle or forecastle?
Poop deck. Poop deck.
Poop deck.
Poop
Sorry, poop deck.
Let's try the poop deck since we're And I guess Brack and my guys will go first since there's being a bit of attrition on the other group.
Port door or starboard door? M2 or M3?
Yeah, port door.
Port door. So M3 it is. So you open this door here, and it's a standard ship's wooden door, nothing too fancy. It opens out into the space you're in right now. And you've entered the ship's galley. It's obviously that's what that is. However, something has clearly gone wrong in this room. There are utensils, pots, pans, plates. Everything is just scattered all around. There's a portly sailor laying on the floor, bloody, lifeless, and gray. Her abdomen has been ripped open with savagery similar to the other bodies you guys have seen. And she still has a kitchen knife in her hand. The ship's oven smolders. It still has some life in there, and it's giving off a little bit of heat. And the floor of the cabin is covered in debris and blood. There are broken shards of ceramic, flour, the aforementioned blood, and there's a coal dust that covers the deck. And there's a trail of slime that leads to one of the windows of this cabin out into the great beyond.
Say that one more time, that last part.
So there is a porthole on the deck out onto the port side, a porthole, a window, effectively. Mm-hmm. And there's sort of like a snail slime almost that's about a foot wide.
So Larry, the rice farmer, is going to go, I wonder if that was that thing I saw on the side of the ship, like a giant barnacle, like it reaches in, pulls your guts out, leaves slime behind.
I'm sorry, what? You saw what?
You heard me say, what was that thing? It's like this thing like a barnacle the size of a person. Then it dropped off and kind of swam under the ship when I looked at it. Don't hang out by the windows. I don't think that's a good idea.
That can't be good.
All right, so you all are in the galley. Any tossing of the room that you guys want to do, or?
Yeah, we want to look at it while we're here.
Knives.
Okay.
Food supplies.
So you find, there's quite a bit of ship's biscuits, basically hardtack, some salt pork, garlic, paprika, sugar, and cinnamon. So pretty rich galley for spices. And there's still that slime, and as you guys walk past, it seems to, not even stepping in it, but as you walk past, it sort of like sucks some of the coal dust off your boots into the slime. It's really kind of weird. But otherwise, there's not a whole lot in here. Somebody was eating something when everything started going down. The fire itself is still inside the oven. It's revivable. It's sort of smoldering.
I don't want to hang out here.
Well, we do want the fire to maintain because getting it restarted at sea is a bitch. So what do we got that we can throw in there to get a little warmer, at least?
Oh, there's a pile of like coal, like charcoal, basically. So you can put some of that in there.
Yeah, throw a few more in there just to keep it going. All right.
Anything else you want to do in this room?
Grab some of the hardtack and start eating it, because
I'm starving.
Grab some supplies.
It has been a day. That is true.
All right. Is there another room?
There's no other exits besides the one you guys came in.
But then we probably want to, after grabbing the food, want to go back out and then go in starboard side. That would be M2, I guess. Yeah.
So you guys, who wants to lead the charge out?
I'll do it.
Okay. Who's in front?
I'll have this. Lissy the Squire will go first.
The Squire. Yeah, she's brave. That makes sense. So as Lissy the Squire steps out of the door there, give me an intelligence check. It's a perception check, effectively. So add your intelligence modifier.
12.
Yeah, there's slime on the deck that wasn't there before, coming up over the port side, and it looks like it goes down one of the other ladder that you guys just, not the one you guys came up, but the one that's to the starboard side.
The one we sealed? Did we seal both?
No, the one that seemed to go down to a deck below the one we started on, but without connecting to it, correct?
I thought we sealed both.
No, you just sealed the one that you guys came out of.
No,
I
we
only
sealed
said I
both.
did that.
No,
I did-
I double checked. I said we sealed all the hatches to the below decks.
Ah, I see. Yeah, no, this one. Then the hatch is open now.
Wait.
Well, that's not disturbing.
They don't lock. It's just you put it down. It's like a gate latch almost, where it just fits in there and it keeps it from flapping around. If you had a lock, you could lock it, but you don't. So it just goes in.
Okay, so let's rewind just a moment, because if we had known that, we would have put bodies on top of them to prevent them from opening without a whole lot of racket. Can we retcon
We should do that now.
smidge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's they're not they're not permanent latches. It's just a boat. You
Okay.
guys don't have any way to barricade stuff unless you have tools or gear or stuff like that.
Dead bodies are pretty good at sitting on top of a hatch.
Now that we know something went down there, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're closing them back up and starting all over, and we're redoing the entire top of this boat one more time to make sure there's nothing on it.
Okay.
And also, anything that's... Please point out absolutely anything that is heavy, immobile, or is a lock.
There are no. You have not found any locks. The only heavy stuff really are the barrels full of water up on the forecastle, and the footlocker in the aft or on the poop deck.
And the dead guys.
The dead guys, and some of the crates that have stuff in them, like foodstuffs in them, in the galley, probably fit the bill of heavy.
I mean, I said we haul some of those things over there and put them on top of the hatches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as well as the 3 dead bodies that are up here too. 4,
We'll
if
put
you
the
count
boxes
her.
and then the bodies on top.
Just the bodies,
We'd use the bodies like right now, and then like we can move some other things to replace the bodies.
Okay. So as you guys are wandering around on the deck, just grabbing things, there's still the chickens and pigs that are sort of walking around because the deck itself, the tiny sty is not good anymore. No one's tending it. So there is, there's about half a dozen chickens, 3 medium-sized pigs, and a couple other waterfowl.
Is Gertrude the duck, Larry the farmer's duck there?
Hey, Gertrude the duck is hanging out in there.
Okay, he's going to pick up Gertrude. He missed Gertrude.
All right, and it quacks affectionately.
Useful. Useful. That's our food supply, so let's not screw that up. Let's close that door back. Wait, is there anything else in here?
In the galley?
Yeah, any other creatures?
No,
Like-
they
like
were on the
dragon
main
cats?
deck. The animals were all
No,
on
the
main deck.
livestock were on the main deck,
Okay.
out in the open.
Did you guys want to try and herd them all into this, herd everything into the pen and try and repair that so they don't wander off?
Sure. Is there anything in the pen?
Yeah, there is. There's some sort of broken cages. They weren't high quality to begin with, but just the rocking of the ocean and whatever commotion these things, the whatever's eating people caused, probably caused the pigs and the birds and stuff to freak out enough to knock things over.
Okay.
So the pen itself is kind of messy, and there is a little bit of blood in there. Something probably got eaten. But
Okay,
can't
yeah,
be too
put
bad.
all-
Unlucky livestock.
Yeah, put them all back in the pen.
Okay. So you heard the 3 goats and the 10 chickens. They get back in there, and as you try to herd in the pigs, I need you all to roll for initiative because they are not what they seem.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So as you try to herd the pigs in, they sort of turn to you, and you've all seen John Carpenter's The Thing, right?
Yeah.
They sort of split open and tiny tentacles come out and they let out a horrible screech. And they move at you with due haste of someone who's hungry.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Prim, what you get?
I got 6.
6. Reed, what'd you get?
I got a 4.
Oh my gosh. Rich?
10.
Okay, first up, we'll go with one of the things which are delightfully called Fakin' Bacon. Is going to lunge at Rich's farmer that is holding Gertrude the duck.
No, not Gertrude.
And make an attack with its tusks. And I'm assuming a 15 does hit.
Yes, the AC of 10 is hit by 15.
Okay.
I'm afraid Gertrude's about to become an orphan.
Very likely. So it only does 1 damage to you, because I'm rolling a d4 here. And I need you to make a reflex save to not get knocked over.
So roll d20 and add stamina, add agility bonus.
No, you add your reflex save value. In the center of the, it says reflex. It's probably a 1 or
to 0.
0. So straight dice. What do you get?
3.
3. Yeah, the pig knocks you over as it charges through you, and just continues on with its day.
This is the fakin' bacon pig.
Yeah, it's the Fakin' Bacon, one of the Fakin' Bacon pigs. The second one is going to go ahead and charge the squire, Prim Squire.
Squire. No, my squire. Okay.
A 6 does not hit.
Nope.
Just sort of runs past you, and then that makes it Rich's turn. There's still 1 pig left to go.
There's still one what?
1 pig left out there that hasn't acted.
Boat hook time.
So what's the arrangement? So do I need? I presume I have to. I'm kind of sort of engaged with the one that attacked Larry the farmer, correct?
Engagement doesn't really work that way. There's no attacks of opportunity or anything like that.
So I can attack the one that hasn't done anything yet, and it'll right.
Sure. Yeah, you can stand up and attack the thing.
Okay. So Larry's on his butt, so he's not doing anything, and I've got. Yeah. So Brack, the soldier, will attack. He's got the sword, and the 2 dwarves have daggers, so they'll all attack.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll all those attacks then.
Okay, so got a 16 for Brack.
Yep, that hits. The Fakin' Bacon has an AC 10 just like you guys.
Okay, then 15 for Lothar, the dwarven miner.
Just like
Nice.
you guys. No. No.
And 8 for Bandar, the dwarven sunmates. So that misses. So we get.
All right, so you got 2 attacks in.
Okay, so what does a short sword do? Dice wise?
Short swords do, I believe, D6, but don't quote me.
Oh, actually, he would have gotten the spear because we got the one boat hook that was a spear, right?
Boat hooks
Spear,
are
okay.
spears, which are D8. Short swords are D6.
Okay, so Lothar then would have the short sword. Okay, so we get a 7 for the boat hook spear damage and 4 for the short sword.
Yeah, you skewer that hog, and it screams and melts in a gelatinous pile of like red, bubbly, bloody goo. And it's gross. But you killed it. You now know that these things can be killed.
They can be killed. Until
Right,
Larry
next
turns into one of them.
Yeah. Prim.
So Prim, so my guys are gonna kind of try to swarm the nearest Fakin' Bacon
Okay.
and attack it with their various weapons. So
It's like
we'll
that scene from Shaun of the Dead. We're all just beating the zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Don't Stop Me Now starts cranking. It's great.
Give a queen.
Different scene, but yes. So Lissy
10
got
hits.
11 on her attack roll
Okay.
with her longsword. So
She has a
that'll
long
be...
sword? I thought she had a short sword.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at her character sheet. So what's the damage on a short sword?
D6.
All right, I need a different dice then. Okay.
Come on, Prem. You can do it, Prem.
7 damage.
Yeah, just immediately cleaves through the hog. It's dead. And the pile of gross goo. You
And there's
guys
one
are.
more, right?
There is one more. Yes.
So I have 3 more that are going to swarm that one. Emboldened by Lissy's success.
The professional made it look
and
easy. Let's do this.
I'm right behind her, cheering all of them on.
So Cobb the Cobbler is going to swing down with her harpoon thing.
Yeah,
both.
Reed's 1.5 surviving characters are cheering everyone on.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, 2.5 surviving characters. No,
That's
Squire's
right.
dead.
1.5.
Squire's dead. Yeah, 1.5.
Say again.
So that's going to be an 8, which is going to miss.
Yeah, 8 misses, unfortunately.
Rose the Haberdasher is going to swing down with her harpoon and get a 15.
Yep, that'll hit.
So what's the
D8.
D8? Okay.
It's boat hook, not a harpoon. It's not an actual weapon.
Oh, sorry, boat hook. It's gonna be 8 damage.
Yeah, you also just skewer the pig, and it's just a screaming, wailing pile of goo. And if you excuse me, I need to make some adjustments here, because you guys are better at this now. So.
Yeah, Rat goes like, "Oh damn! I wanted to get me one."
I just wanna say that it took 4 characters to equal 1 Zatara in our normal game. Yeah.
I mean, these are level 0 characters. Like,
I think the entire group still standing upright is not quite equal to Zatara.
Yeah.
yeah, that's for sure.
I'm just in shock.
You guys have killed yourselves all 3 fake and bacons. Congratulations.
Yay! We did it.
Yay, but this gives me a really bad feeling.
Wait a minute. What does that mean? The ducks are.
No, Gertrude's fine.
I mean, that's the important thing. Like, I would be heartbroken if something happened to Gertrude.
This is gonna be rough, guys.
We're also doing fine.
So we've cleared the poop deck, and we've cleared any part of the forecastle.
Well, no, we haven't gone into the second half of the air spaces under the poop deck yet. That's what we were going to do before we tried to pin up the animals and found they weren't all real.
Okay. Well, let's do that.
Let's do that, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Brack will go in the lead.
Go in the lead. Excellent. All right, so you get to this door is nicer than the other ones. It still matches everything else on the door or on the ship, but it's more watertight than the previous ones into the galley. As you open the area, you can see that this is surprisingly opulent and spacious. Inside the cabin is a bed. It's which is against the starboard wall. 6 chairs surrounding an ornate table, a writing desk, and a wardrobe. Affixed to one wall is an elaborately crafted rope mermaid, which sparkles in the light. Along the aft wall is a block of windows which have been smashed open, allowing fresh, salty air to penetrate the cabin. The floor of the cabin is covered in broken glass and
Sorry, in what?
broken glass and slime trail.
Ugh.
Oh, goody. I love...
So would
the
we
slime.
probably take a wild guess? Would my mariner say this is probably the captain's quarters?
Easily the captain's stateroom. Yeah.
Weapons out. Who's going first?
No, Brack. I said Brack was going to take the lead. He's going to go in.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I'm watching our backs as they go in. I'm watching the deck.
So the order will be Brack, Lothar, Bondar, Larry, if that matters.
Larry.
No, I appreciate you keeping track. All right, so you enter the stateroom. It's not huge, but it is about 30 feet from the wall you guys are on to the aft wall, and about 20 feet wide at its widest, and slowly tapers to a narrower point, 15 feet at the other end.
So my group of merry peasants will also sort of like inch their way into the room, weapons at the ready.
Check the ceilings.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
What's on the ceiling?
I don't know. Slime can go up. It means it can go all the way up potentially.
No, I'm asking Mac. What's
Oh.
on
What do
the
we
ceiling?
see?
Oh,
There's actually nothing on the ceiling.
Okay.
Just beams and clearly the decking for the poop deck.
Okay.
All of the lights are lanterns that hang on the walls, or candles on the walls. All the lanterns are out. The candles are also out, but there are still some sticks of candlesticks being used, if you feel so inclined. And remember, there is the table, a writing desk, and a wardrobe, and a bed if you guys want to take a nap. Fit all 10 of you in the bed.
So, Rose, the halfling haberdasher, is basically going to take her weapon and just kind of start poking in some nooks and crannies to sort
Okay.
of sound her way for any lurking beasties that might be hiding in there to ambush us.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, so she's sort of behind all the furniture and underneath the furniture, tapping things, and she's not getting any yelps of pain.
Okay. Well, my guys are gonna check out start with the writing desk, and then check out the table and the wardrobe.
look for maps.
Okay. So the writing desk absolutely does have an ocean map on it. Without even having to roll for it, you recognize Alviz very clearly. You know that you're home, and there's a route chart. Just a dotted line, effectively, with measuring out to say how long it would take you to get to Liss, and it looks like it's about a 2-week journey.
Anything indicating how long we've been at sea?
It's not. No.
No captain's log.
There could be a captain's log if you want to toss stuff.
Yeah, let's keep looking.
On the desk is just the map. You can actually, yeah, the mariner can read maps, and yeah, you know that you're about a week west or east of Alviz and 4 or 5 days west of Liss.
So we're about halfway. Little more than halfway.
So what do you say we just show a absolutely reckless disregard for this captain's privacy and go through all of her shed, all of it?
Well, there's already slime in here, so I have concern that there's still something in here. And I'm pretty sure
Yes.
the captain's dead if there's slime in here, so don't care. Go
There's
through
blood
it.
too, right?
Hey,
No,
I woke
but-
up shackled to a post. Screw the captain.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think anywhere we can go, the slime thing can't get to us. Is my worry. So let's be about our business and then get the heck out.
I mean, I just searching the entire room from top to bottom for anything that's useful.
Okay.
Is what I'm getting at.
So far, you guys just looking around on the desk as you find the maps. Underneath underneath any of the furniture, you don't really find anything. There's nothing there. You do have to open up, or you haven't yet opened up the wardrobe or the desk.
Let's open the desk.
Oh, there is the rope mermaid there, also.
The what?
The rope mermaid that I described as hanging off of the back wall.
Rope mermaid?
Yeah, it's like an art sculpture of a mermaid.
Made of rope.
Elaborately crafted rope mermaid, which sparkles in the sunlight.
Lissy the Squire is going to poke the mermaid with the short sword.
You have poked a pile of knots. Congratulations.
All right,
Good idea.
It's clear. Clear. Good choice.
yeah.
I mean, you see who's DMing, right?
Here's the thing: like everything's under suspicion now. We couldn't trust pigs, so I'm not going to trust anything else from now on. We are on Murder Doll watch, friends. Murder Doll.
Yeah.
How's the bed looking? Is it slimy?
It's unmade, but it doesn't appear to be slimy.
Where was the slime in this room?
All over the floor and some trails to the window.
But
The window is on.
you said there was some blood along with the slime, correct?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And the window's open?
It was shattered,
Smashed.
Okay.
smashed in, if that matters.
So there's glass inside the room? Okay. Who's checking the desk?
Okay. So, did we find anything in the desk?
Who's checking the desk?
Brack.
Brack. So Brack just opens up the drawer. All right, so Brack opens the drawer and is immediately stabbed by a simple needle trap.
That's awfully unneighborly ever.
Yeah, and takes 2 points of piercing damage.
So much for that one.
No, he's actually the one with the most hit points.
Oh. Well, that's good news.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you can make a reflex save on this. I forgot that you're allowed to make reflex saves on traps in this one. So make a reflex save.
I rolled a 16.
16. You feel the mechanism as soon as you pull it start to whir, and you let go just as some needles spike out at the handle.
Damn, that's a nasty. You know what? Who owns this ship?
But now you are inside. So you find in there is another spyglass, a small pouch containing 15 gold, and a book, a leather-bound tome.
Here we
What's
go.
the book about?
The sea? I don't know.
Look
You
at the
wanna
book.
open the
What's the
book
book
and start
about? I
reading?
want to know.
Yeah, want to open the book and check it out?
Sure. So you flip through it, and yep, this is very clearly a captain's log. You can spend 10 minutes.
Star
reading
date.
through.
What's it
Yeah.
saying?
Well, if you want to spend 10 minutes reading it, we can make that happen.
Yes.
Okay. So
Why don't
while
somebody
you're
else check out the wardrobe while I'm reading the book?
Yeah, so I'll have Rose and Cobb take care of that.
okay.
So Rose will open the door while Cobb's kind of at the ready with the hook to stab anything that might jump out.
I'll have another
That's very
guy.
fair.
I'll have another guy helping her out with another boat hook. It will be the astrologer who's now down to half his hit points.
Okay, so Cobb flings open the doors and is immediately accosted by clothes falling out.
Ah,
Any good clothes?
Some pretty nice clothes, yeah. You are talking about a what appears to be a slave trading pirate captain. So, yeah, there's some pretty fine clothes here that the captain has managed to
Well,
have for herself.
Cobb, looks like you just got an upgrade.
Are they our size?
Is Cobb's the Hobbit?
No. First of all, we don't use Hobbit. That's copyright. But Rose, the halfling haberdasher, is a halfling, but everyone else is.
They are human size.
I mean, Cobbler kind of starts like they're holding up dresses and seeing what looks and look pretty on her.
Yeah, easy enough. You can find something that looks, very Elizabeth Swan if you're, if you're going for that. But there's also the standard, piratey frock coats.
Any keys?
Any keys? Good thinking. No, you're not seeing anything in there. This is very clearly just a wardrobe.
Any keys in the desk?
Nope, you have a book though, and some gold and a spyglass. Is that not enough for you?
I'm going to take every advantage I can get. So,
And we still haven't found our shed.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, it's probably in the forecastle.
yeah.
Okay, so while they were looting the wardrobe and finding new outfits, I was reading the log. Did I learn anything interesting?
I'm watching the outside door to see if anything's coming through those.
And Brack would be reading the log because he's
Below
the only
deck.
one not as dumb as a box of rocks.
The deck hatches.
Okay.
Rat and Lissy are gonna keep an eye on the window to make sure nothing crawls back in.
Okay. So are you reading it chronological or reverse chronological order there, Rich?
Reverse chronological.
Reverse chronological. The most recent entry is 6 more taken during the night. Have now lost over half the crew. Some have claimed they've seen the Scrag taking a boy over the railing. Dahoot nowhere to be found. I've given orders to Master at Arms Ricori to wake the livestock. Alcaraz help us all.
Wake the livestock. So they put the cover on the box and died trying.
Looks like. And I think now's probably a good time to just take a quick break, let you all digest this information.
Oh
And
my
we'll be back
gosh.
in 5 minutes or so. Does that work for everybody?
Sounds good.
Yep.
welcome back, everybody. So they've been contemplating the captain's log they've found. How much time do you guys actually want to be spending hanging out in the captain's quarters? Do you want to read the entire captain's log, or do you just want to move on?
Having read the last couple entries and found out, they were getting attacked, and then decided to figure if they woke us up, they could throw us to the monsters or improve their odds of not being eaten. That's fine.
Yeah, there's so you quickly skim it, and you absolutely get that there was something that went weird. The scrag is some kind of monster that seems to be at least that's what they're calling it, that is eating people, or at least parts of people. There was some allusions to a cult or rituals, and some kind of a mayhem in a ceremony of some kind. You did see that there was that they are seriously concerned about the Ibis pirates or privateers, depending on how you're cutting them, because they've been active patrolling this area, presumably for some merchant company, but it's been giving them an issue when they run into them. And otherwise, once they picked you guys up, they were having a grand time, and things went a little weird a couple days ago.
So, back up to they did a ritual and it backfired? Am I reading this correctly?
Yeah, there was some kind of a ritual. It didn't happen on the boat. Some people got hurt in the ritual, maybe. Something weird happened with this cult that they were working with.
I wonder if that would have to do with the guys that came ashore at the island.
At our island?
Leaving behind some of the injured from the ritual.
Oh no, that means our island's in jeopardy. All of our friends and family.
Yeah, they're poor. Poor peasants.
Could this be related to the idol we saw carved earlier? You mentioned that there are...
Phlebotomy?
Yeah, that there are like rituals that sometimes people would use in order to get it to activate and produce luck.
Oh no, the Club Otterman is it's like a house gremlin. It's sort of something that lives on the ship. It theoretically lives on the ship, but it's the spirit of the boat. It's a common thing. You leave out snacks, or, a leek in a piece of fish or something, and that feeds the Club Otterman. And in times of trouble, it might come. It's just a sailor superstition. Club Otterman might be real, though. Who knows? None of you are Club Otterologists?
Mariners.
The Mariner absolutely 100% believes that the Club Otterman are real.
They're real. I tell you, they're real. Never seen one, but I know they're real.
So while you guys are sitting here talking, and flipping through the journal, you hear some banging outside. That sounds like something is trying to get out of one of the covered.
Okay, let's go check that out, guys.
Boat hooks at the ready.
Yep.
Bye.
It could be people.
Or it could be things that used to be people.
True. Boat hooks will fix that. So let's try to get out.
It's trying to come out of the one on the starboard side, the one that you have not been down yet. It is right outside of the door there. And it's whatever's under there is strong. It's actually lifting it up a couple inches before it slams back down.
Who is it? Who's there?
You don't get a response. You just hear something moving around angrily.
Angrily,
that sounds like a beastie to me.
Yep, it can stay down there.
Let's go find some more heavy things to put on top to weigh it down so it can't get out.
There's a bed in there.
Yeah.
We got those crates, and we've got the water barrels.
What's in the forecastle? We need to check that. We've done the poop deck. We need to get the forecastle cleared too. There's got to be other things in there.
The banging has stopped.
Come on, hurry up. We should go do this now.
Let's go check out the forecastle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Brack will go first again.
Okay. Which one do you want to go into? The port side or the starboard side? M4 or M5?
Port it is.
Port, so M4.
That would be M5 is the port. M4 is starboard.
Okay.
Right, left. Come on. We're being nautical. Yar.
Yar.
So the left side or the right side?
Port.
Left side.
Port. Left side. All right. So you open up this you open up this area, and it's another room. This is a spacious cabin, not quite nearly as nice. It's bigger, but it's not as nice as the stateroom. It contains a simple bed, a few cots, a wardrobe, and a locker. And then on a table is a journal, excuse me, that appears to be handwritten. And it actually says on the first page that it's open to, property of First Mate Conant. Has, just if you flip through it real fast, you see drawings of mermaids, birds, anchors, a tattoo that says mom, that kind of stuff. Very sailory things.
Sailory things.
Yeah, right. And then there's a hatch on the forward wall.
Toss the room. Who's going to go through the? What do we got? We got 3 things to check. We've got a chest. We've got.
You have a locker, a
locker.
That's really
box,
the only a locker and a wardrobe.
And a wardrobe and a book.
So first thing we're going to do is Rose the Halfling is going to repeat her procedure with the boat hook and basically just stab in the nooks and crannies to try to flush out any beasties that might be lurking in ambush.
Yeah, you don't. Nothing jumps out at you. You don't. Nothing screams. There's no fake. No mimics are jumping out.
My halfling stabs the table briefly. I heard about these things called mimics.
Yep, nothing happens.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So there's still the locker, the book, and the wardrobe.
I'll check the
Let's
book.
Locker.
Okay, we'll go with the locker. Was the one I heard first. That's easiest.
Mm-hmm.
You walk up. Do you just fling the locker open and be like, "Oh boy, let's see what we have"?
What could possibly go wrong? Of course.
No, because we saw that there was one trap already. So let's sort of investigate it to see if there's anything trap-like.
Sure. Give me an intelligence check of whoever is sitting there digging in.
15.
15. It's clear.
All right. So Cobb was the one who investigated, so Cobb will be the one who tries to open it.
Okay. You flip it open, and yeah, there's actually quite a bit of nice stuff in here. There's a purse that's containing 20 silver pieces. There's a hand axe for which does 1d6 damage for y'all. A hand aids, which is a weird type of axe. Another 1d6. A quill, some parchment, a needle, an ink set for inscribing tattoos.
Anyone want these axes?
Yeah, I think I've got one guy with a dagger that he could benefit from using that. I think a dagger only does a d4.
Sure. I kind of gesture in the direction of raid survivors. Oi! You want one of these axes?
Oi! I'll take one. The halfling takes one of those hand axes, so now he's got a dagger and a hand axe. And what's left of my astrologer has a boat hook, a sword, and a dagger as well.
You're getting festooned. Okay.
Well, I mean, they I've only got 2 left, so.
Attrition concentrates the assets. Yes.
Yeah. And all right, what about the wardrobe?
The wardrobe is. You just gonna open that one also?
No, I'm doing the book. I got 2 bodies.
I'll do the wardrobe.
I got 1.5 bodies.
So Brack will do the wardrobe.
My team will stand by to stab anything that comes out of the wardrobe.
Fair enough. So we'll do the book real fast. So as you are flipping through, there's not nearly as many entries as there were in the captain's log. There's some talk about dropping off livestock and lists. Also references to something called Tirum's ceremonies. Tirum is either a guy or a cult. Doesn't really clarify. And then again, references of when something went wrong in a ceremony and people got showered with stone shards. Someone lost an eye. A lot of people got hurt. And then they then again talk about getting hunted by a scrag. And it just goes cold there. But in the last entry, it does mention that a lot of the crew are refusing to go down to the bilge because they're hearing some scratching on the hull.
This thing is living on the outside of the hull. And it keeps coming back up. And attacks people from inside the ship. That's what went through the windows.
And outside. Well, or
Outside.
it's attacking from outside.
It attacks from outside and attacks the people inside the ship from various portholes. So all those portholes down below that weren't open before, when this thing went off, you said you saw something. That's got to be it. And then it busted through a porthole somewhere else, and it's now coming up through the bottom of the ship.
Logical. I like it.
Well, at least it sounds right. We could be wrong. That's just a guess.
Okay. So wardrobe now.
Yep, wardrobe.
This is a much, much smaller wardrobe. It's just a single door this time, almost like a really wide grandfather clock. It's not nearly as, again, ornate. Do you just want to yank it open and go?
Yeah.
Okay. So you give it a good tug, and in there are a whole bunch of this clothing you'd expect, but it's actually all neatly hung. And on the door are a couple key rings.
Keys?
Key rings, yeah.
Yep, keys.
With keys?
Yep, keys.
Bingo.
Besides that, things of note are not really anything. It's a lot of boots, sandals, clothing for going up and down the rigging, some basic tools for setting sails and helping you to assist with knots and things like that. Nothing
Repairing
nothing
ships' wheels.
No carpentry stuff.
He's never going to make it that easy.
So you
That stuff might be
mentioned there was
before deck.
Thought I would ask.
Say again.
you mentioned there was a hatch.
Yes, there's another. It's a hatch. It's a door into the forward part of the ship.
Further forward into the forecastle?
If you're looking on the map, it would be into the M6 section. They just didn't put a door there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's go in.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Y'all lead the way.
Okay. So, Brack will go try the hatch.
Okay. Yeah, the hatch works. It just opens up. And unfortunately, this room is wrong, I guess would be the best way to describe this. Very clearly, when you were in the previous room, in the first mate's quarters, you were in a ship. You walk into here, and you're suddenly in a cave. The walls are adorned with clay and rock, and it genuinely it looks like you're underground. One side of the cavern is a small ledge, sort of bench, with an open scroll and a candle. Lying on the floor is someone who you do recognize as Dal Hut, because she was at the farewell dinner. She appears to be dead. Her arms are crossed over her chest, and she's holding an ornate rock pick. But both her and the tools are kind of transformed, almost as if she's turning into stone and it's melding with her flesh. Almost as if she had been looked at by a basilisk. Otherwise, there's not much. There's a lot of creepy speaks.
Sorry, is our impression that we just walked through a portal into a cave in the location, or is the ship itself in this portion turning it to stone?
Give me an intelligence check there. With whoever, would be able to do it. Intel, add your modifier. Or D20, add your intel.
17.
Yeah, Brack will try.
Definitely in the ship. If you walk up and actually look at it and sort of, touch it, it's decorated to look like a cave. Probably has some kind of arcane addition to it to make it really good, because this is incredibly convincing. You don't really feel the ocean rocking in here. It's like you're in a cave. And furthermore, there's sort of a darkness. It's not just it's dark, but there's sort of like an oppressive aura going on in here. This place is unholy.
Cobb relays this observation to everyone else.
So something untoward happened in here.
I think this is where they're doing their dark magic. This is probably where the ritual happened.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. More reasons to not like these guys.
You would know in the first captain's or the first mate's quarters, the book did reference the ritual happening and then them bringing survivors onto the ship. So it happened somewhere else.
Okay.
This is definitely a ritual of some kind that appears to have happened here.
Scrag sounds like something you'd hear in a rock formation, wouldn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Is there anything else in this room?
There's the scroll on the bench with a candle next to it. And, well, her.
Rose will go investigate the scroll.
Okay. Rose can read, I'm assuming?
Is there anything to believe that she can't?
What's her occupation?
She's a haberdasher.
Yeah, she could probably read.
You can't make hats if you can't read. You got to do math.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Rose takes a minute to dig around on the scroll. Not being a wizard or a wizard's apprentice herself, it's not easy to tell what's going on here. But you do make out the words of sleeping stone, and it looks like it's some kind of protection spell casted on yourself to stop harm or something like that. But you need a wizard or somebody who's more knowledgeable in the arcane art to really be able to get more out of that.
And if you fumble, it turns you to stone.
Well,
Maybe.
it means that she thought by turning herself into stone temporarily, she wouldn't be able to be attacked by these creatures.
Logical. Very logical, actually.
It's almost too logical. I say we kill her while she's sleeping.
She's dead. She's turned to stone.
No.
Yeah, she's starting
she's
to transform into it.
sleeping
Yeah.
stone.
It's like half stone, half flesh.
Can my dwarven stonemason tell anything by checking her out?
She's not a normal stone.
Not normal stone.
This is not a stone that you recognize. It's almost like concrete in its unnaturalness.
That's not natural right there. I said we throw it overboard.
Can we
I
wake
don't
her up?
want to touch it.
Is there a way it says on the scroll to wake her up?
Are you a arcane wizard?
No.
No, you're not seeing anything. You do see something about a condition, but it doesn't say what that condition would be. It could be set by the caster every time. It's like when I will wake up on Tuesday, or I will wake up when the sun is up in Mercury's atmosphere or whatever. You could set some kind of weird arcane tradition or arcane trigger to make the condition happen where you wake up.
Okay.
Or I will wake up whenever it's safe to do so.
Yeah, that could work too. Magic is weird in this universe. It is. It's magic.
She's evil. We should throw her overboard. Or we could lash her to the post.
I don't want to touch her.
Fair.
I don't want to turn into weird stone.
Yeah, she's heavy. We could always just use her to weigh down one of those latches.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's a valid reason to touch her.
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
Oh, okay. So you guys gonna just give her a heave and take her over towards one of those hatches?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough. Yeah. So you pick her up. She's about as heavy as you would expect a stone pillar that size to go. So it needs about 5 people to actually carry her safely.
Okay. Well.
Fortunately, we have a lot of expendable labor.
Yep. Yeah, you do. So as you go, you get to the which hatch do you want to put it on? The one you guys came out of, or the one that
the one that looks like it needs the most
one that
weight?
something strong tried to get out of.
The one that has the least weight on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that'd be the one that you sure, yeah, the one that you guys have not gone down yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the same one that the thing was trying to come up from?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one we want to put the extra weight on.
I mean, it's just going to be more for you guys to move later, but okay, sure.
Hey, we're okay with that. But we get to pick when something comes up better that way.
That's fair.
So we'll just encourage it to go out and come around and come over the side at us.
Hey.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
So we have one more room we haven't checked.
In
Yes.
the forecastle. So let's go check it.
Yep. Let's go check out that.
Okay. So as you get to the door and you just pull it open, as you're going inside, you hear what sounds like splintering of wood from somewhere overboard.
Is it from port or starboard?
Port.
Go
So
check.
the opposite side from where you are right now.
So we're inside the room now. and
Yeah,
that
as you're walking in, the room that you're entering is on the starboard side in the front, so it's on the right side of the ship. And as you're entering, you hear what just sounds like splintering of wood over the side on the other side of the ship.
Quick, toss the room. I'll watch the door.
Let's do that then.
Yep. Toss the ring. What's in there?
So in here you have a where was I? Completely lost it. So you walk into this here room, and it has a large table, a desk, and a shelf with a whole bunch of stopper jars. Next to the table is a smaller table with a whole bunch of small knives and hooks, and a large book. Hanging by a hook over the table is a unlit lantern. On the large table, there's an exposed body of a young male sailor. Someone has taken forceps and pulled back a lot of the flesh of the midsection as part of a post-mortem examination. The corpse bears a savage wound in its abdomen, as well as many lacerations in its arms, face, and neck. The corpse has one eye open that leers at you, disturbing.
Gross.
Yeah, right?
Creepy. What are we doing here, guys? Any books?
There's a book.
He said there's a book and sealed jars. So check out the book.
Yeah, read the book.
This doesn't have a spooky, ominous ritual side. This is like a barber surgery. Like, that's the vibe you're getting here.
Okay.
Let's look at the book.
Okay, so you grab the book, and it is the oh, good lord, that's a hard word to spell. Okay,
That's a word. That's a tough word right there.
Sanitates. It's a book filled with a whole bunch of different depictions on herbs and varieties of vegetables that have healing and necromantic rituals, or have use in healing and necromantic rituals.
Wait a minute. Is there stuff in here that could heal potentially my astrologer back up to 2 hit points?
Could be. Do you want to play around with the necromancy healing book?
No.
Is there an autopsy report or like the barber's notes?
There are not. No.
Any other hooks and stuff we can use for weapons?
No. It's all small, like surgical size.
Any
So
flammable?
it's scalpels, and the hooks are just like hooks that you have on the wall and the ceiling.
Any lanterns or oil?
Yeah, there are a couple lanterns. No oil to be found though.
Is there a box marked stuff we stole from these poor hapless fools? Like, where's our shit?
No, it is apparently not up above decks.
God.
All right.
Damn it.
Is there any other rooms in this place? Any other
No,
doors?
there's another door back to the spooky cave room, and yeah. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot in here. There's the corpse there that still has the open eye. You can poke around with that if you want to, see
I
necromancy.
just want to double check that the door goes to the spooky cave room.
Okay, sure. You go and open the door, and it does in fact go to the spooky cave room.
Okay.
All right, let's go check whatever's probably crawling up the side of the ship now.
Okay.
Okay. We proceed to the port side, I guess.
And look over.
Yeah, I guess that's what's
Boat hooks at the ready.
be the doom of poor Brack.
All right, so you look over, and there is about 20 feet down. It's about 30 feet to the water, but about 20 feet down is a hole about 3 feet by 2 feet. So probably 2 boards got broken and about 3 feet along them of just splinters sticking out. But you don't see anything out there. Some slime that goes down into the water.
So what could possibly bust through the side of the ship like that, but couldn't cut through the top of the deck? It could literally bust through the hull, but it couldn't make it through the top hatch?
It's hard working on the ladder.
I imagine it's the same thing that crawled up over the side, crawled down the first hatch.
Yeah.
It's that Scarg or whatever. Scarg?
So
Scrag.
do we want to try
Scrag.
to rappel down this hole? Since it's obviously exited that hole, it's now safe to go down.
I'd rather go down the hatch than try to
Alright.
climb down the
Alright.
side of a ship. Not that climbing down the hatch where some horrible thing leaving a mucus trail went fills me with great joy, but seems the least bad option.
And that was on the starboard side or the port side?
The hatch you have not been down.
No,
is
the hole. The whole
port side.
port side. Okay. Well,
About 2 levels down.
let's we got choices to make. Are we going to go down these hatches now? Back the way we came, or are we going to go through the new hatch?
I think it's a terrible idea rappelling across the side where the monster is. I say we get on the hatch. We need to find a way to either get control of this boat or find a way off of it, or else we're dead meat. So
Yeah. So what is your plan here? Let's go ahead and talk about that for a second.
Well, we don't have a plan because we don't have enough tools here to figure out what we're doing yet. So
Okay.
our plan is either set fire to the ship and hope the pirates come to us, gain control of the ship somehow enough to at least sail it somewhere,
Sure.
or find another way to get off this ship and torch this thing on the way out. There were other people down below.
Yeah, there were some. There was about another 10 people down there that were still affected by the smell of the mushrooms.
And there's no way that these things can possibly, these dragon kitties can possibly just eat and eat and eat and eat, right? Like they're eventually going to run out,
Well,
or get full long enough to give us time to get the other people out, maybe.
we don't know how many of them there are there.
I'm going to go ahead and just give you an out-of-game note here. The extra people there are so if one of you has a TPK, we can just bring you up a new party. That's what they're there for.
Right. Sure they are. I don't believe him. So let's go down the other hatch. Let's go down the other hatch, though, where the thing was trying to get out. Because, what could possibly go wrong there?
What could possibly go wrong? That's the spirit.
So let's load up extra stuff on the other hatch. Or should we take all the stuff off both hatches just in case we have to make an egress through either one of them? What are we
I
doing
don't
here?
think the deck we were on, the livestock deck, is connected to the other below decks because this is a slave ship.
I would never make that assumption.
You did not see any other, as you were, sort of looking around down there, you only saw the one ladder up. There was sort of a column.
There was no other ladders going down?
Where you would expect to see that, there was that box on the map. Basically, it goes through a tunnel to completely avoid that. The ladder goes from the main deck down below your deck, or the slave deck, just so that it doesn't have any problem of walking through your space. Let you sleep.
Well,
yeah,
then-
let's toss the rock lady on top of the other hatch to make
Okay.
sure that dragon kitties don't get out.
Mm-hmm. It'll be really fun for our extra characters to try to get through that now that they're trapped with dragon kitties.
Well, we need to make sure we don't all die.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, so we're going down the other hatch. Here we go.
Okay, so you get all the stuff off the hatch and you swing it open. And what you see...
Boat hooks at the ready.
Boat hooks at the ready, yeah. You look down and it's a descending ladder. It goes down about 20 feet. Goes through the level you were on previously and goes down into what looks like a crew berthing area.
Okay, well,
Shall
just
we?
go down. Yep, Brack will take the lead.
Okay. So as you go down there, Brack, the narrow ladder leads you into, from the main deck down into what looks like a cargo hold and berthing area for crew, not for monsters. The entire area is crowded with crates and barrels, carefully stacked and tied together. Along the bulkheads of the ship, Tied down with numerous ropes and elaborate knots are extra masts, sails, and other items to repair the ship.
Parts.
Both fore and aft, you see mini posts with hammocks fastened between them. The crew's lockers are neatly stacked against the port and starboard bulkheads. There are 5 unlit lanterns which sway over the bunks. There are a few corpses around here of sailors lying rotting on the deck. Like all the other ones you've seen, they're kind of bloated and rancid and appear to have been disemboweled. There are some rats feeding on them. They've been dead for a while. But the rats scurry away as soon as you get in. The exits include a ladder leading upward that you just came through, a cargo hatch overhead, and a smaller closed hatch in the deck itself.
Let's open the hatch in the floor, see if we can find our stuff.
You don't want to toss this area first?
Sure, we can toss the area first.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's toss the area.
Do we see a hole in any of the deck? I mean, any of the walls?
Yeah, on the port side, there is absolutely a hole where something crawled its way out.
Any fresh kills?
Down here, no. The freshest kills you guys have seen all day were the ones that were slumped over the mushroom box.
Okay. What do you guys want to do next?
Well, we're going to toss the place first. Anything good?
Let's make it quick.
Besides all your stuff, yes, you do find quite a few things. There's a couple spare anchors, if you guys want to use those. I don't know how you'd actually get them up out of the... or I guess you'd use the cargo hatches.
If they came in, they could come out.
Yeah, right? There's spare masts, some sailcloth, more dried food and rations, beef, cheese, peas, flour, salt pork, that kind of stuff. 8 more barrels of water, some whale oil, rum, beer, wine, a whole bunch of tools, which can be used as the marlin spike, the hammers, and hand adze. All of these are sort of carpentry tools or spike for marlin. 6 short swords, some mirrors, and 2 spare lanterns, a crate full of yak pelts, and a spare ship's wheel.
Spare ship's wheel!
Here we go.
There we go. Spare ship's wheel. Let's put that by the stairway so when we get out of here, we can go right up the stairway with it. Let's take... let's make sure everybody's got short swords now. Or a sword, because that's enough, I think, to, at this point, outfit everybody left with a sword that doesn't have one. And then... what else are we doing here? I mean, we've got yak pelts. The mirrors. The mirrors are critical.
Yes.
So...
'cause then we can actually like look around corners with them.
Well, how big are these mirrors? Are these like full-size mirrors, or are these like hand mirrors?
They would be the kind that you would hang on the back of a door. So probably about 4 feet top bottom and about a foot wide. So they're, you hang them somewhere in the ship and that's where they go. They're not hand mirrors.
Oh, okay.
And they're also not like Mirror of Erised kind of floor mirror.
You said we found our stuff as well, right?
Yeah, you found all your stuff.
Okay, great. Because one of my characters does have a hand mirror, so
Nice.
we can still use that for looking around corners.
Most excellent.
Yeah. Sailcloth, 2 yards, chalk, quality cloak,
Whale oil for your lantern.
steel helmet, crowbar.
Yeah, because I've also got a lantern. Yeah.
Water skin.
Backpack.
Yeah. Great. All
So
right.
Water skin.
now you have all of this stuff. What do you guys want to do with it?
Are we going up or are we going down? Because down is the bilge pump area.
I thought our plan earlier was get the ship into motion by clearing the top deck and try to sail somewhere to get off.
Let's
Yeah,
do
let's
that.
go up.
Take the wheel, the sailcloth, and spare parts up and try to get the ship into order and hope nothing comes over the side and kills us.
Yep, let's do it.
Much.
Sounds good.
Who's going up first?
Brack will take the lead again
I'll be in between.
with his invincible 5 hit points.
Good Lord.
Lissy the squire will take us.
He's got a stamina bonus and he rolled well.
Okay.
Means he might
Let's do this.
he might survive one decent hit by something weak.
Yeah, that's
I was wondering
fair.
why that one guy kept going first. He's a thick boy.
He's a dwarf, isn't he?
No, Brack's the soldier.
Oh.
The dwarves each have 3 hit points.
Man, you roll great characters for this.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get up the stairs. Let's get this thing done.
Okay. Who has
Is a box of rocks, but good hit point.
Who has the wheel?
I'll carry the wheel.
And there, you also find that you have the carpentry tools to be able to get up there and try and fix
Yeah,
it too.
we'd want to get the carpentry tools.
Yeah.
So you guys get up. On the ship, on the main deck, you don't hear anything. There's nothing going on there. In fact, the wind seems to have died down even, so it's dead quiet. You can hear the albatross flying above you, calling quietly to itself.
Never a crossbow around when you need it. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Come on, read.
You don't albatrosses. That was
We're already on that ship. We're already trapped with life and death. Come on.
This is going to remind you that an albatross is a sign of good fortune. That's why killing it was bad.
Yes, I know. Yes.
So let's get our happy butts over where this wheel needs to be reassembled and get that done, and then we'll drop sails, hopefully, and get our butts out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like you have about another 2 hours of daylight.
Well, we're going to put a wheel on this boat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who's everybody nominate somebody from your team to help with this? Whoever you think would be the best carpenter.
I'm gonna say my dwarven stonemason is the best carpenter out of my group.
I'm going to go with Cobb the Cobbler.
Cobb the Cobbler. All right. Yeah, they both work with their hands. That's fair.
The astrologer, strength 14.
Astrologer, hold that while I work on this.
Yeah. Well,
Strength
the
14.
Mariner's checking the sails right now. So.
Yeah. The astrologer's tarot cards are made of like depleted uranium. Slam.
Yeah.
Slam.
Heavy astrology.
I predict you will die of cancer. Okay.
All right. So to repair, which is actually a pretty big thing, I have rules for it somewhere around here. So you're getting ready to repair the the poop deck. So you have the spare wheel. I need you to make an intelligence check for me for the people who are working with it. So all three of you can roll in with your individuals who are helping to make this go, and we'll take the best result because you're all helping each other.
I got a 4.
10.
I got a 9.
Yeah, you're having some problem getting the wheel to actually fit. When it got shattered, the last one sort of the axle effectively must have gotten jammed in there. You're going to need to spend a little bit of time to fish that out. What are the rest of y'all characters doing while they're fiddling with the wheel?
Watching for things coming over the side to kill us.
The Mariner's checking sails from his vantage point, using the spyglass if necessary to get a good look at them to see what he's going to need to drop first in what order to make sure that this ship can move quick.
Okay, yeah, the sails are a lot of the sails are already dropped. They're just loose, so they're not catching wind.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be a minimal thing to actually be able to get them to be movable, to be able to move the ship.
Okay, checking over the sides of the ship with anybody else, but I don't have anybody else, so.
Gotcha.
Well, but presumably other of our merry band would need to help the mariner, and you need to tell them what to do, since one person can't do everything on a sailing ship.
Yeah, like Rat the urchin is like following you around, like watching what you're doing with keen interest.
Excellent. All right, so you guys give me another roll for trying to fix this ship wheel.
$17.
7.
It's much lower than that.
Okay. Well, with the 17, you managed to click it into place and finally get the last nuts and bolts in there tightened up.
Avast! You got the wood in there good. You tapped the peg. Good job.
But you guys did make a lot of noise.
Yep.
So
That's what we do.
Who's looking over the back wall right now? The back rail.
Not me.
I would say
I'll
that-
randomly pick one of my guys. Let's see. That would be Larry, the rice farmer, and Gertrude.
Yeah, so Gertrude starts freaking out a little bit. And before too long, Larry notices that thing he saw earlier is scuttling around just above the waterline. It kind of looks like a non-trademarked xenomorph. If I had to, it looks kind of like that right there. It's
that
hold that
thing
up.
is a
Hold that
little
up one more
accurate,
time.
guys.
Hold it up one more time for us to see.
right here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was vaguely humanoid, and it's scuttling around. And right now, it's about 3 feet, 4 feet above the waterline, going horizontally towards the starboard, and going to wrap around the boat.
Is it man-sized?
Yeah, it's probably bigger than a man.
Mm.
Probably 6-7 feet tall.
So Larry would say that thing is kind of crawling around on the side of the boat near the waterline, heading for the starboard side.
Well, keep an eye on it.
What are we going to do here, guys? Just keep an eye on it?
I mean, if it comes over the side, we're going to have to fight it. I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay. So do you
watch
gonna
it.
follow it there, Larry?
So what?
You're gonna follow it around the corner to keep an eye on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to follow it. Keep an eye on it. Yep.
Okay. If you could do me a favor and roll under your luck with a d20.
This is not the right guy in my group for that. He rolled a 4. Yes, he made it under his 8 luck.
Okay, good. So as Larry, just right as you peer over the deck, you see it right there. It's coming up over the rail right now, and it swipes at you, but it doesn't connect. It hits the rail instead, and you scatter
Remember
back.
who else heard that, right?
Everybody could go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Boss fight! Boss fight! Nice. I got a 20.
Excellent.
Just
Reed?
my luck. I got a 1.
Ooh. Richard,
15.
15. Okay.
Pick the correct order to roll low and then roll high on that last 2 rolls.
Yeah, that was solid. All right, so Prim, you see, looking over at Larry, yelping as in surprise, just a giant meaty arm just slings over the rail and starts pawing around looking for something.
They try to swarm it and kill it.
Boat hook powers activate.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so we'll have the Squire go first. She got an 18 to hit.
An 18 to hit.
Snap.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And she's got a Luring Sword back, so that's a D8. So that's for 6 damage.
Oof. Yeah, you connect with the arm, and you hear just an unearthly, just guttural wail from over the bridge or over the railing there.
Cobb takes her hit. 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Okay.
It bounces off its gross, sort of slimy hide, but it still keeps moving.
Come on, guys.
Rose goes in. A 9 won't hit.
Nope.
So Rat takes her whack at it. 12?
12 also doesn't hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just moving around too hard, and that slime is gross.
And they kind of try to scamper back a little bit. You just run in, boop, and then scamper back.
Yeah, you could try. You can get yourself a couple feet there. Richard.
One thing I noticed, you said we got our gear back. It says Brack, as a soldier, has a shield. Does that mean he gets an armor class bonus?
It should be accounted for in your in the character sheet that you.
That's why he's got AC 11. Yeah, because his agility bonus is Bupkis. So okay, so Brack with his reunited with his spear and shield will attack, followed by, I assume, Larry, and then Lothar. Bondar is still busy with the wheel, correct?
Yeah, the last touch is on it. That's fair.
Okay, so Brack. 16.
16. Yeah, you make a solid connection with it. You hear something crunch.
Okay, we roll the damage. 5 points of damage.
Oof, no good.
Then Lothar, the Dwarven Miner. 10, so we know that doesn't hit.
You just completely whiff. The thing is writhing in pain right now from the last hit.
And the 2 for Larry the Rice Farmer, so no.
Ooh, Larry.
Only the soldier got anything done for my group.
Okay.
And
then
Gertrude quacks angrily, frightenedly.
So it's now the monster's turn, and in very, very quick fashion, it just basically puts weight on the arm and just sort of pulls its entire bulk up. And yeah, this thing's 7 feet tall, looming over you, and with just unnatural speed, it looms back at the guy with Gertrude, whose name I've completely forgotten.
Larry the Rice Farmer.
Larry the Rice Farmer. All right, Larry the Rice Farmer. Ooh, what's your AC? Is it better than a 16?
It is 10.
It is 10.
That's better? Not.
Yeah. This thing hits like a freight train. So, good news is it's only doing D6 damage. How's 3 damage feel for you?
3 damage feels lethal.
Lethal. Yeah. So as it just jumps on and basically just throws a hand into its abdomen and pulls out what looks like his liver, and dives back over the side of the ship.
It needed a liver.
And you hear a splash as it hits the water.
Gertrude's an orphan now.
Gertrude, no!
Rat the orphan picks up Gertrude because she knows what it feels like to be an orphan.
Oh, that's sweet.
And gives Gertrude like a hug.
Quack.
This is bad, guys. Let's get this boat moving.
Yes.
We will be lucky if we make it out of here at all. So let's get the boat moving. So we drop sails, we set course, we use the astrolabe and the compass and the sound. We don't need the depth sound right now. We just need to get moving. So set course for the land we were closest to.
Okay,
We've got 5 days.
The western shore of the major landmass to your east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to go that way, yep.
Okay.
We had some whale oil.
Yeah, you can light some lanterns.
Yeah, we'll light some lanterns, including...
And we grease the railings to make
One
it
up
harder
in the
for
front.
that thing to climb over and
That's a
steal livers.
good idea. That's a good idea. Let's grease
I
them.
like that you're making the ship more flammable.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm okay with this
So-
because, frankly, if we have to set the ship on fire at that point, it's salted earth at that point. So,
Sailing ships are pretty flammable without
Well, they
help.
are.
yeah.
There's pitch everywhere.
Counterpoint, the thing is already slimy. It is leaving a slime trail no matter where it goes. Is making the banister slimy really going to stop it?
Probably not.
It
Well,
will make it harder for you to stand on the banister, though.
I'm not going near the side of the ship. I want to stand back and watch
Is
the edge, and if I hear something, I'll look intently and not stick my face over.
is it slimy like a slug slime? Because if a slug hits oil, it still stops the slug.
I mean, it feels like mucus, but you're not an alchemist here or apothecary, so you wouldn't know anything about the chemical properties of this. Yeah. Play the role, man.
Should we try to kill the dragon kitties downstairs?
I mean, we still have some people that are alive downstairs. It might be a good idea to try to save them.
So what we could do is we could open up the hatch and let them come up one at a time and then slam a hatch down, once one or two of them come up and then kill them a little bit at a time.
Okay.
That ain't terrible.
That's not a terrible plan.
Yeah, and better yet, we could set the mirrors up so that the first thing they see is the reflection of us in the mirrors, and they go after that the wrong way.
Let's hope they're dumb, too. Let's do it.
Okay, so we go downstairs, we grab 2 full-size mirrors, we stand on the one side, we put those up, lash them to a post or two so they could see them as they come up the hatch, and then we
Okay.
move the heavy stuff around where they can only have like one little exit point where we have like everybody waiting to just stab the shit out of this hole. So like there's crates and stuff. So we raise it past a certain point. They can only get to like out of this one little small opening. And then we just go, hey, kitty, 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 kitty. And then as soon as one gets through, we slam the thing shut and start killing it.
An admirable plan.
It's the best we can do.
Okay, so let's make this happen.
This is a great plan. I'm glad to be a part of this plan.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while y'all are helping enact that plan, my halfling mariner and his astrologer bodyguard are manning the wheel.
Yeah, that's the other thing is I'm hoping the scrag is busy eating its liver and doesn't come in and kill whoever goes downstairs for mirrors.
Oh, we're all going downstairs together.
Well, then who's guarding the guy at the wheel?
No one's guarding the guy at the wheel. We're all going downstairs together. The wheel can be locked into place, and it's just moving the boat now.
Okay. All right, let's do this. So you guys get downstairs, and as you're digging around for the mirrors and stuff to get up there and actually make this plan happen, well, you hear quite a bit of noise. Actually, it sounds like it's coming from below where the bilge is. A lot of scratching on the wood along, lower, basically below the floor, but along the wall of the bulkhead, whatever, the hull of the boat. But down below you, as if something's trying to scratch its way through the hole into the bilge.
Into the bilge.
Into the bilge.
Well, if it does that, this ship is sinking.
I don't think if something comes in the whole side of the ship at the bilge. I don't think the bilge pump up on the deck that we could try to operate is going to keep the ship from sinking.
Let's lure it up to the top and try to kill it.
Well, that means if it's not in the ship,
well,
that means it's not in the bilge.
It heard scratching from the bilge and refused to go down there. But it doesn't sound like they lost anyone in the bilge.
Yeah, it just creeped him out. But
why would it be trying to get in the bilge? Because does it not? Well, I'm just thinking, does it not know about? It could come in the side of the ship into where we are right now and go through the hatch down to the bilge.
Well, we might as well take
lanterns. Open hatches.
Yeah, let's. We might as well just light lanterns and go down there at this point, right?
That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Do you want to go down to the bilge?
I feel it's it or us. Like we've got to kill this thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna come over the side and attack at random. Because there's a whole crew of these slaver pirates, and it got them one at a time. Yeah. Two at a time for the last two schmucks closing the magic shroom crate.
Let's do this while we still have the advantage of numbers.
Yep.
Good. Okay, so you guys light a couple lanterns and get ready to go into the bilge.
What could possibly go wrong? Brack, take the lead.
Take the lead. All right, so you
open up mighty 11 AC.
So you open up the hatch to the bilge, and there's actually quite a bit of water down there already. Probably about 3 feet of water. But you keep going down.
I'm not real enthused about 3 feet of water, but if there were a way in for something that size, we'd already be sunk. So I guess we go on down. Do we want to try to pump it out with the bilge pump?
When we get back to the top, first let's just clear this space.
Let's check it out. Okay, keep going, check it out.
Okay, so as you enter the bilge, you have to crouch low because it's sort of a lower ceiling in here. And you get down the ladder and you step into, well, there's quite a bit of bilge water. You can see there is sort of a walkway that's about an inch below the water right now. If the bilge pump was activated, this would probably be above the bilge line. The water is just, it's a really rank mixture of seawater with a whole bunch of, sailor filth, effectively, who have been using this as latrine when they didn't want to go near the edge. Towards the aft, you see the pipe that goes up for the bilge pump, and then towards the front of the ship, though, you see what can really only be described as moist eggs. Very
Stab them all.
Side.
Stab every one of them.
Okay. Well, I'll continue describing them real fast.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
You know, I'll give you that.
I don't like these.
So they're protruding up through the water are four veiny leather sacks covered in the thick mucus. They're definitely some kind of an egg, and even just look at it, you can see that the hull of the ship is actually sort of caved up around them, as if they had been forced in from the outside. And this whole time that you're down here, you hear very loud scraping on the sides of.
So it takes organs from somebody, makes a new egg, and then shoves it in through the side of the ship? And if we attack the eggs, will the ship start flooding if they've been shoved in from outside? Ugh. What do you think, Mariner?
I think they'll last long enough to. I mean, the thing should last long enough for us to at least make it a few days, even if we kill them, right?
Well, the combined width, the footprint of these eggs, all four of them together, is probably about a 3-foot diameter hole.
We'd be screwed.
So, new plan. We get the hell out of here. We shut the hatch. Hope they don't hatch before we get there. And then towards the land, we set fire to this place, go overboard, and swim to shore.
We already know that thing can swim. So we gotta kill it.
In this scenario, we try to find it and attack it and kill it before that happens.
Or we get the ship close to shore, pour whale oil all over the eggs, light them on fire when it comes in to defend them, try to trap it down here and run away.
I think we would basically die of smoke inhalation if we did that.
Well.
Let's get out of here. Hurry up. Let's go get the mirrors set up and
Yeah.
start and get other people safe if we can. The more bodies we have, the more we have a
If we
chance of killing
abandon
them.
it, I still say we make sure that there's oil on the eggs and we light them if we can do it without dying ourselves.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, so let's go.
Great.
All right, so you get up, once you get back up above decks, it's dark now. You guys gonna light some lanterns?
We already had lanterns lit.
From the
Oh, you do
bilge.
have lanterns.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we should probably man the pumps for a bit to try to get some of the water out of the bilge.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm liking this logic here, guys.
And watch the railings for the people who are manning the pump so the thing doesn't come out and take their guts.
Yeah.
Well, just their gut. It just wants their liver. Okay. So while you're up there and pumping the water and getting ready to go down the other ship or the other hatchway, who is keeping watch? Who's looking out?
Brack,
Lucy-
the soldier.
Lucy the Squire.
Okay.
My guys are moving stuff on the hatch.
Gotcha. Anybody looking out on the horizon?
Maybe the Mariner should with this.
I would hope the Mariner
Yeah,
would.
the Mariner glances. He'll be checking it because he's
Yeah,
also
there's-
got to check the course.
There is absolutely a ship following you now, or to the west of you, coming your way.
Oh, goody.
Our best bet may be to let the pirates come on and then run and take their ship.
Or alternately, we just surrender to the pirates because pirates have to be better than this. Pirates have to be better than this, right?
Yeah, I guess. Death or other death. Yeah, good choice.
Pirates.
Well, remember, the Ibis
generally
pirates also act
Yeah.
as privateers. They are guards for hire in some cases. You just don't know which ones you're experiencing.
It is less certain death from the Ibis pirates.
Good point. Good
There's
point.
a chance of non-death.
Yeah,
There's
good
a
point.
very non-zero chance of non-death.
This also might be a different ship than the
Possible.
pirates.
Very possible.
All right. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep making this work.
Okay, so as you're working the bilge, it's loud, it's clanky as you go, but it is pumping water over the side and quite a good volume of it too. As you do that, you can definitely hear the ship sort of creaking as the load gets redistributed. And otherwise, nothing comes up out of the sides yet. You seem to be okay. It's probably enjoying its liver and or onions somewhere else.
And the ship's moving?
Wait,
That's a
your
good
ship
thing.
or the other ship?
Our ship.
Your ship, yeah, it is moving. Did you do the sails to get it?
Yeah.
moving fast?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it is. It's not as good as if you had a whole crew doing it yourself, but you have caught some wind, but it's not good. You're definitely kind of limping along. You're not going as fast as you could.
No problem if the other ship wants to catch us with its proper crew and stuff.
Yeah.
How far
On the
is the
other hand-
storm?
I'm sorry.
You mentioned a storm. Is it going away from us or towards us?
I did not mention a storm.
Oh, I thought you said you mentioned a storm earlier. Okay.
No, I mentioned red skies.
Okay. My apologies.
But it is also
Night
possible
Sailor's
that-
Delight.
Yeah. If these are the kinds of the privateers as opposed to the pirates, they could be coming to help you because it looks like your ship's in trouble. Who knows?
Which we are.
Oh, very much you are. But yeah, you guys, you work the bilge for what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah, something
Ow.
like yeah. It's called 20 minutes, whatever.
Are the mirrors set up?
Say again?
Are the mirrors set up?
Yeah, if you want to start bringing out the dragon things. Sure.
Yeah, let's start killing dragon kitties.
Okay.
Now, do we have a picture of what they look like or anything like that?
We do.
I mean, I already posted a picture of a dragon kitty in the Discord.
Yeah, I
You
saw
did.
that.
Was quite-
That's actually a pretty awesome thing. But I'm hoping that's actually what they look like.
Nope, they look like that.
Oh, that's
Aw.
that's not pleasant at all.
No, it's basically a smaller version of the monster.
Okay, we need to kill those.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those might be the first batch of eggs it laid in the first crew from the first crew it killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Yeah, we gotta kill this.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's going to be on the front lines to make this fight happen?
I'm working
As
the hatch.
always, Black.
As
Okay.
always, Lucy the Squire.
All right,
Brack
And,
backed up by the dwarf brothers.
dwarf brothers.
Yeah, and we'll have Rat the Orphan on the latch duty,
That works.
and Cobb and Rose will be kind of back up to kind of keep an eye out for the monster coming up over the sides.
Very fair. Okay, so Rat opens up the latch and nothing pours out.
Make noise. They like
Kitty,
noise.
Kitty.
Yeah, Rat yells down, like, "Oi, beasties! Beasties!
You hear some scurrying down underneath you.
Oi, food!"
The scurrying pauses for a second, and then just lunging out of the dark, it propelled itself straight up like a jump. It comes out of the gap there. Please make a reflex save there, Rat, who's shouting into the hall.
So it's agility? Oh yeah,
No,
reflex, I said.
it's reflex. You roll a d20 and add your reflex modifier. Your reflex save, which I think
19.
is
Yeah.
you get out of the way as it comes up and flies straight through the space where your head was just a moment ago, and lands on the ground snarling and is getting ready to dive out at you. You all clearly have surprise on this, so you all get one round of attack.
I'm slamming the hatch shut.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. All my guys attack it.
Okay.
Okay, Brack. I presume a 9 does not hit.
It does not hit, unfortunately. No.
Okay, Lothar.
Moves.
Big 3 does not hit.
Oh, unfortunately not. Don't waste a free round of attacks.
Vandar with a 19. Yay.
Absolutely, that'll hit. What kind of damage does he do?
I think he's got a short sword, so that's a d6, correct?
Yeah, d6.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. All of your partners are missing it, and he just steps in and just stabs it once, and it's just horrible monster shish kebab. Done. Problem solved.
Yes.
As he stabs it, though, it just kills it instantly. It doesn't even make like a death wail.
Throw it overboard. Boat hook it. Bad
Okay.
kitty.
It may piss off Dad, but okay. Or Mom in this case.
Well, I think killing it pisses her off. Let's
she's already killing us. How much more pissed can it get?
Oh, there is that. Yes.
yeah. Let's do it
Fair
again.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rat again lifts the hatch a little bit and goes, "Oi! Other beasties! More food!"
All right, and this time 2 of them fly out of there.
Slam the hatch, partially closing on him.
Give me a reflex save on that one.
4.
What is it I need to do?
You need to make a reflex save to be able to slam the hatch on the monsters.
7.
7. No, you slam the hatch, but they manage to just get through.
Well, at least the hatch is closed. No more.
Hatch is closed. Now you have 2 of these things in front of you. Go ahead and make all your attacks.
Lucy's gonna attack the one nearest her.
Okay.
A 4 is not gonna hit. Rat will attack one as well.
Go Rat.
A 9 won't hit.
Not hit, no.
I guess Cobb and Rose sort of lay on as well.
Probably a good idea.
11.
11 does hit.
Okay. So she comes down with her boat hook for 8 damage.
Ooh, yeah, just mirrors it across the deck, and it lets out sort of a horrible, kind of just otherworldly screechy noise, which you don't like the sounds of at all.
Yeah. Rose is gonna go after the second one.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Again with the boat hook for 3 damage.
3 damage. Yeah, this you hit this one. You crush most of its back half, but it's still flailing around and it's screaming in pain, and it's still trying to lunge at people. Not having a good day.
Okay, well then Brack, Lothar, and Bandar will attack it.
Let's stop on it. Hit it with your boot.
My guys are watching the railing of this ship.
Brack
To scream like little girls if that big thing comes up over the side.
Lothar got an 18 and Bandar got a 20.
Ooh, a 20. All right, let's go ahead and play the 20 first, just because we don't get to do a whole lot of criticals here. Roll a d4 for me, please. And add your luck modifier.
Fortunately, our guy with luck bonuses didn't get that roll. I rolled a 1.
A 1. You do an extra d3 damage with this hit. You just managed to get it in, which this one's already been horribly weakened, so it's dead. It's dead.
5 points of damage.
Yeah, dead.
Hey, I wanted to roll my D3.
That's fair. That's very fair. Don't get using
D3. My chroma keyed D3, which looks like background scenery. It's green.
So after having crushed a couple of them and then letting out those horrible wails, Reed's characters, the halfling and the
astrologer and the halfling mariner.
The halfling mariner. Over the starboard side, you see, just not even pretending to be stealthy about this, the big monster shoots out of the water and lands on the deck.
Mama's not happy.
It's not happy, and it's running towards the party. Now I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
That was effective in stopping the sneak attacks. It's going to try to kill us now.
Got a 16.
Okay, Reed?
5.
Ooh. Richard?
20. I would rather save the nat 20 for something else, but yes, I got a 20.
Fair enough. So, Richard, you're going to be going first. It's about 10 feet away from your dudes as you're stomping on its young.
Let him have it, Richard.
We're almost close to a fight because that's our only shot. So I'm just gonna roll 3 dice. Clear is Brack, yellow is Lothar, blue is Bandar. Brack got a 20. Yay!
Okay. Yes, that will hit.
Lothar got a 17 and 18. He gets a +1. And Bandar got 6, so he misses.
6 absolutely misses. So let's start with the crit, because you're just on fire right now, and I'm loving it.
Only chance of living. Okay, so I roll a d4 and add luck. bonus. 4.
Ooh. Wow. So you strike the foe's kneecap. You do an additional 1d4 damage with this strike, and it suffers a 10-foot penalty to its speed until it's healed.
That's important.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, now it's going to be limping around the deck. That is key, because otherwise it's just going to death claw you guys. It's just, and tear through you. So it's good.
Okay, so 7 points of damage from that. And the other attack from Lothar that hit is just now standard straight D8 damage for spear type weapon, right? 4 points of damage from that.
Okay.
Thing is, got more hit points than all of us combined.
Yeah, it does. And it doesn't actually appear to be hurt from the previous fight either. It's something...
Oh, frickin' heck.
Yeah, big and angry and healed up.
Heals quickly.
Yeah. But next up, we have Prim with her fantastic 16.
Yeah, so the crew's gonna run up. Lissy's gonna try to take a stab at it. 17 to hit.
17 will just hit, yeah.
For 8 damage.
Ooh. All right.
Cobb goes in for a natural 20.
Yes!
Yay, crits!
Oh, right.
I got another knee!
We get to use the crit table again.
Yay!
Yay! This may be our only hope.
Yeah, if we immobilize this sucker, we can then just, take our time with it.
Okay, so
We're never
roll a
going to get that lucky.
A D4.
Yes, ma'am.
Plus luck modifier.
Another 4.
I got a 4.
Okay. Oh, and did you add or subtract your luck modifier?
Oh, I got a 5.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, even more better. Yay!
Yeah, so you get a solid strike into its ribs, or where its ribs should be. You're going to do an extra d6 damage this hit.
Sweet.
And these critical tables.
7 damage.
Good Lord, okay.
You're talking to Zatara.
That is ridiculous. Okay.
I still have 2 more people, so Rose is gonna go next. Rose got a 5. And
That's
Rat
not
goes
even close.
last. For an 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
8 damage. I've rolled consistently 8s on my D8, by the way.
Wow. Yeah, so we're going to ship you new dice. Yeah, so it's kind of, you've knocked the wind out of it a little bit. You've, kneecapped it a bit, but it's, and you've peppered it full of holes, but it's still moving.
The team kind of scampers back a little bit. They kind of went in, whacked, and then ran away.
Sure. So it gets to go now. Yeah, I think it's going to, it still has the distance to be able to limp to pretty much anybody, but it's going to be slow. So it's going to use most of its speed to get over there, and it's going to get to everybody. Whatever, I'll just roll a d3. 3. Oh, sorry, Richard. It's going to come over towards the guy who hit it in the kneecaps.
That would be Brack. We're going to find out how well the 5 hit points last against this thing, which is not long, I think. Yeah. It's nice knowing you, Brack.
You can roll one.
Right. And it rolls a dirty 20. So that will absolutely hit.
Come on,
Does that really hit AC 11? Really? Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately it does. And it does 4 damage to you as it's...
He's still up! He's still up!
Still alive! Still alive!
Holy cow. And then it's going to go in for
the one of our group that would still be up after 4 points of damage.
Yeah, it's unhappy, so it goes in for a bite with a 15 to hit.
Oh, okay, not still up. Bye, Brack.
Aww.
And you're going to take another 4 points of damage there, as it just bites your head off and spits it out because it's in the middle of a fight. It's not going to be chewing on you.
It just took out Brack.
Oh, good God! Oh, we're so screwed.
Everybody vomits over the rail and comes back in a second. Okay, Reed, it is now your guys' turn.
First thing,
Brack was still going He has a -1 to hit for his strength modifier. That's the funny part.
First thing is my halfling's going to throw a dagger at it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's not going to get up close to that thing. It's the Mariner. It's the only one that can steer the damn ship.
Yeah, that's fair.
So at range, he's throwing a dagger.
Fair point.
Was that agility or is that strength?
You're going to be
throwing
using
a dagger.
agility, your agility modifier to hit.
Okay, that's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
18 hits. That's 3 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you get it just right in the back, and it lets out a howl of pain, but it's still here.
Okay, well, my astrologer is going to do the same thing and throw his dagger as well.
Okay.
That's an 8, so it misses.
Yeah, completely just scatters off the ground. Gets embedded in Brack's dead body. All right, back to the top with Rick.
Okay, well, now we're down to just the dwarves.
Dwarves.
Go, dwarves. So now clear is Lothar with the better weapon and the +1, and yellow is the other. Okay. That is an 18 for Lothar and a 14 for Bandar.
18 hits.
Uh,
What weapon is?
He's got one of the boat hook spear equivalents.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
D8.
let's do it.
8 points of damage.
Oh. Yeah, so you jab it at the monster's throat and catch it behind the spine with the boat hook and bring it down. And it crashes into the deck, and it does some just terrifying like twitches and slamming on the deck. But that subsides pretty quickly. You've probably killed this horrible beastie with.
We're gonna cut its head off anyway.
We did
It
it!
heals quick. We did it.
Leave this thing for evidence on the deck.
Still cutting his head off.
Like
Better safe
listen
than
to-
sorry.
yeah, Lucy the Squad comes in there, just starts whacking it with her
This is for
long
Brack!
sword, just like hacking it to pieces.
Okay, and by this point, it's you hear a bell behind you as the ship is coming abreast.
Guess we
And-
like wave it down. It's like help, help.
Okay, so yeah, they pull over, and you see some grappling hooks thrown across in a very efficient boarding action. And you hear orders of "Throw down your weapons!
Open the
Surrender!"
hatch. Open up the hatch with the dragon kitties, and then throw down the weapons, but keep them close by.
Don't open the hatch. Throw on the weapon.
Here's like, we got a dead monster right here on the deck next to us. Let's just put down our weapons and point. It's just like we've been attacked by monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, the
kidnapped by
monster
slavers,
killed all
you're
the
attacked by
bastard
monsters.
slavers, and then we killed the monster.
Yeah.
There's more of them below.
It's still too far away to have a conversation, but you all
Okay.
throw down and make very
Yeah.
clear you're complying, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hands up.
And you more grapple hooks, and they pull you guys the ships together, and very quickly some of the ibis-headed people swing across, and basically, they're pointing swords at you and looking around trying to figure out what's going on.
Do they speak
And-
common?
Well, probably they were just
Yeah.
shouting at you.
So we monster attack us. The whole crew is gone. Like we're
the
it.
slavers
The slave ship.
who took us got killed, and then we got loose and killed the monster.
A monster. I'm still not convinced there's not more.
The big monster. They're little monsters downstairs.
So
And
they,
eggs. And lots of eggs.
they're looking around at you. One of them runs back to the edge and shouts, "Get the captain!" And you hear moving around on the other side. How many people? How many other monsters? Where's everybody?
There's still more below. We got to rescue the people below deck here. There's more of these things. They're smaller,
The
but
little
they're
ones, these are
fierce.
it's young, and they were feeding on the people on the slave deck below.
I pointed out the bodies of the two the little bitty monsters we just
Yeah.
killed.
3 little bitty monsters.
Well, we threw one overboard, so there's only two.
Oh, that's right. We
bodies.
did throw that overboard. You're right.
So the probably ranking bird-headed man looks around and gestures to the other two to get down there.
No. Don't go. Don't just bring two. You want to bring more than two.
There's
They wave you down. They flip open the cabin, pull out 2 torches, and dive down.
They're so cool.
Right?
They're not level 0.
They're not
so
level 0. They're
awesome.
Yeah, they're pirates. And a couple minutes later, you hear some stomping downstairs. Like clearly, someone is stomping on roaches the size of cats.
How come they can just stomp on them and we get we have a dude who lost a leg to one and immediately? Like this is just not cool. They're so much cooler than us.
This I'm going to point out that this section is called Deus Ex Bonhamen, because Bonhamen is the name of the ship.
Oh, we're screwed.
So while you hear the noise happening downstairs, someone else swings across and is very clearly the captain.
Does he have a cool hat?
He does. He's
got the coolest hat.
Coat. It's really more of like a do-rag because he's a bird-headed person. And ibis don't have really big heads.
Mm-hmm.
So he swings across and immediately, what is happening here? Tell me what is you, and points at the dwarf. What's going on?
So we were taken in by the slavers who've been taking all the people off our island, and we woke up, and there were the small monsters down in the slave hold with us. We eluded them, got up, and the big monster was attacking us. And when we started killing some of the little ones, which we think are its young, it came up over the side, and we, through pretty much amazing luck, managed to kill it.
There's 4 more in the bilge.
There are at least 4 eggs of it down below in the bilge.
You too. Check that out. And sends 2 more people down the other way to go to the bilge.
Cool.
And everywhere they go, there's John Woo style doves flying behind them, and they're just what everybody wants to be. And after a couple minutes, they go down, and then the other ones start shouting up for to open up the cargo hatches and start getting these guys out of there, because there's still about 10 people that are alive. And they
don't open the box.
Box has got some kind of mushroom that puts you to sleep.
But there's supposed to be gold in it, so be careful.
All right, so the rest of this pretty easy. What are you guys gonna? They start getting people up, out, and onto the deck, and then the other ones come back up and report. Yes, there are in fact giant eggs in the bilge. What are you all gonna do? Captain looks at you. What's happening?
Can we catch a ride with you guys?
And just torch the ship?
Just burn it?
I
mean, obviously we can take all the cargo off that you want. I mean, it's yours for the taking.
No, we're not taking any cargo off of this. This is wrong. Leave your weapons here. Swing across. If you can't swing across, one of them will help you. And we'll sort this out over there.
Can you hold on to my grandfather's longsword? He gave it to me.
Oh, we're absolutely.
I became a squire.
Coming into my ship armed.
Yeah.
No. I said, can you please hold on to my grandfather's longsword? I don't want it on me. You can please hold on to it. I don't want to leave it behind on this cursed ship.
And the captain takes it, looks at it, squawks because bird person. No, it's very nice.
My halfling mariner goes up and grabs all the navigational tools off the ship.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get the wounded off here and get you over there. And you guys escape. You end up over on the Bonhamen and start sailing towards Liss again. Because it is getting late, we can just hand wave this stuff. So these are in fact the privateer Ibis pirates. They've been contracted out of Liss for the merchant company.
Nice.
So they patrol and they saw your ship flying up with weird lanterns and sort of limping along. Clearly you all were having some kind of a problem. As they're leaving, they do in fact torch the ship. Because whatever the hell's happening here, no.
Mm-hmm.
And
sailors are a superstitious lot. Yeah.
Yep. The last thing you see as you look back is just it's sinking below in the smoldering crow's nest going below the waves. So congratulations, everybody! You have survived the funnel. So, bravo! And
One and a half characters.
Right?
1.5 characters made it.
you just needed one, because if we want to play this again, we'll talk about it in the intervening week. We can actually level up to 1 and maybe actually get these characters into another adventure, and see what happens with DCC once you get out of the 0 levels. It's fun stuff. We'll get a wizard.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've only got 2 dwarves alive, so I don't think so. And they're both dumb as a box of rocks, so they're dwarves.
Well, there are the unnamed the ones there that we can talk about how to off camera how to actually get a level or build a level 1 character. It's doable. It's just a little hard because the funnel is an integral part in the character selection process.
Yep.
Because holy cow, these are bad characters.
Yeah.
That's again. If I had to pick a dwarf, like one of them's got some not bad stats. One's got a luck bonus, but the other one, who doesn't have a luck bonus, actually has a 17 personality.
Do you want one of my characters? I have a few
Actually, I think I have to take him because he's the one who doesn't have a stamina penalty for hit points. So yeah.
And having a dwarf is cool. But I think it's probably a good time to go ahead and call it for the night. So everybody out there, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
I believe the audio here, this was Tabletop Audio, right, Reed?
Yeah, Tabletop Audio. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. Try to use more of their, more than just the standard Tavern music, because this is such a great library of music to use.
You can find them at tabletopaudio.com.
Indeed. They have a Patreon and a whole bunch of great stuff, too, so you can support them if you want to. We recommend it, because it's great. Otherwise, I believe tomorrow night we have the Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction. We're hanging out in the Underdark doing Underdark shenanigans.
In the Thunderdark.
The Thunderdark, yes.
That's the Thunderdark.
We need to trademark that.
I do want to say, like, if you're interested in Dungeon Crawl Classics and you think it's a fun game system, you can go to goodman-games.com and check them out for yourself. Mac is a huge fan, and we've dropped a couple times the link to Goodman Games website as well as the Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG in chat. Definitely check it out if you get a chance. They've been wonderful.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the old school revival or Renaissance movement that's going on right now, they're probably one of the biggest and most capable gamers out there. They also do a lot of great 5e conversion stuff. And one of my favorite things about them is almost 90% of the stuff that you buy physically, you can then, it comes with a code that you can go on to drivethroughrpg.com and get a free PDF for it. It's a DRM free one, so you can pass it around to your friends and be, hey, this is the module.
Well, and they've got an intro set of rules that has the system well enough defined to do a funnel, correct? It's for free, freely downloadable. Yeah.
I believe that the funnel that we've run a couple times is actually available for free now. So check them out, guys. It's one of my favorite systems. I enjoy D&D, but sometimes it's good to shake things up. So otherwise, I think probably a great time to stop the night, unless anybody has any plugs they want to make.
No, not this weekend.
All right. Well, everyone, have a great week, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Take care. Thanks.
Bye.